What's up, Hippo lovers? JorDan against Mihai, decider day. Second qualifier, last chance for all the players. And we are looking into best of 7 with the opening game, Golden Lakes. With me is Hera, and we are jumping relatively deep into game number 1, but still KD is 0-0, so you didn't miss too much. We have a pawn in the left-hand side taken by Mihai. JorDan is going for the right-hand side. He is playing Japanese. Mihai with Koreans, and JorDan about to sneak already. What can we expect on this map, Hera?
Very nice. First of all, thank you for having me here, and hello to all the Hippo lovers as well. JorDan with a sneak right off the bat is a very bold move, so that's a big risk to take, but obviously it pays off, right? Koreans, no demolition ships, so just by JorDan landing the sneak, but Mihai is, whoa, with the Korean line of sight, spotting that out right away. Look at that.
Yeah, already nice advantage there. And he will not underreact on the left-hand side pawn. Still not on gold, though, so that's a bit of a surprise play. Double lumber camp, double dog, but not on gold. Is he forgetting that? Now standing 2 villagers. JorDan could have a slight advantage contesting that a bit easier. His second fire galley should be out earlier.
Yeah, so here's the thing, like JorDan knew he was going to be fighting. Mihai probably didn't expect to fight this early on the lakes, especially with how passive his opening was, just, you know, snagging 2 lakes. He was probably hoping to fish boom a little bit. JorDan bringing the heat to him, so now Mihai's forced to get on gold. He's got no demolition ships, so I consider him to be on the back foot. Both players snagging town watch here. Interesting.
The JorDan specialty. He kind of was the guy introducing it when he first rose quite a bit, seeing, okay, I will perform so much better against forwards, and now people are including that more and more in their gameplay. And I still am a bit scared for Mihai. Like, way too late on gold, and you can see 3 fire galleys in the queue versus only 1 in the queue.
Yeah, and you know, I think the Korean fishing ships, you know, standard fish, 60 HP, not like the Japanese bonus or anything. So Mihai kind of has to fight fast. He does have the somewhat defender's advantage here, where, I mean, he can just sit on his side, wait for JorDan to attack, and then try to, like, you know, fight near his docks. But demos could make that tricky, once again.
Yeah, it's so easy for JorDan to squeeze in one demo. And typically, JorDan, I would consider him to be a player that rarely contests 3 or 4 pawns on Golden Lake. He's most of the time a guy that adds the archer range rather early, so I'm a bit surprised that he's mixing it up, and I like to see it.
Yeah, I think, you know what, the fact that this is game 1, he probably wanted to just come out the gate hard, not give Mihai the chance to set up what he wants to set up, not give him the chance to set up a fish boom, for example, which has been pretty popular on this map. So JorDan coming out this strong, just kind of sending a message in game 1 that he's here to play, he's here to put pressure. Very nice.
Also, Japanese don't mind taking multiple pawn approach, right? With their stronger fishing ships, that is just really nice for them. They can block a bit, and he can snipe so much easier. So I don't mind this approach with this Civ matchup. Mihai gets the kill, but JorDan stabs him back. There. Epic fight.
Epic fight. that was quite the fight here. But the demo first connection on the left-hand side. This is basically guaranteed to win JorDan the pawn there, the lake. And you know what? I think this is, if you talk to JorDan after, this is 100% a strategy to counter Koreans here, because no demo is such a big disadvantage. You can see Mihai scrambling to get the repairs down. Might be enough if JorDan's not careful, though. He's hitting the dock at the moment.
Already 250 damage towards the dock. Now he micros back a bit. It's got quite a nice, like, trap there with the 2 docks, but JorDan 5 fire galleys against 3. Even if they are high HP, he won't be doing too well.
Yeah, it's still an uphill battle for Mihai for sure. Over on the top side as well, looks like it's going to be pretty neutral. And then both players, if you think about it, have their own safe lake on the right side. So yeah, obviously Mihai, 4 fishing ships in there. He had to remake those in feudal, but still decent for him.
And losing those at the left-hand side obviously might hurt quite a bit. JorDan ahead in collected resources by a solid 400. Don't mind this too much. Fire galley dives quite deep, and now more damage on those fishing ships.
Yeah, this is brutal. Also, it is worth mentioning that this is Mihai's most important lake, because if there's any fish trap, any fish boom on the cards, it has to be done in your initial lake, because that's the one that you can defend the most. So now Mihai doesn't really have that choice, or that chance, if he loses this lake. We'll see if he can scramble some sort of late grush victory here, though.
Well, he's still testing. And technically, like, if he builds 5 fire galleys and JorDan builds 5 fire galleys, that is good for Mihai because he is saving some wood there. And now lose the villager, though.
Yeah, that's big. I think that pawn might be done. Let's see if he continues to commit to it. There's a chance, but there's also a chance he gives it up. Let's take a look. He's gonna go for the market at home as well. Maybe looking to transition to Castle Age here.
Okay, not a lot of villagers on food at home. 5 on berries, now sends in 2 more sheep. Both players quite heavily on wood here with 14 and 17 villagers, but makes sense if you build that many ships.
Now it looks like JorDan is actually looking for a dock on the bottom as well, which is not going to work in terms of like a sneak. Let's see if he's able to like brute force his way and just drop it down anyways. Mihai's Town Watch plus Korean line of sight. Yeah, JorDan's going to wall in this bill.
But Galley
is a race against the Galley.
Yeah. Galley takes obviously quite some time, but distance will be short. Villagers still at 40 HP. JorDan will need to right click. It's good that Mihai is trying to attack those. Buys his Galley a bit more time. Oh, this is getting tight.
Yeah, and JorDan has no idea there's a Galley that has already started production because Mihai did it right away. So looks like Mihai's in time here. Can JorDan get the dock up anyway? That's going to be his main goal here.
Galley pops 73%. I think Mihai could even try to go there from the other side. Villager could attack the villager if he wanted to go for it, but JorDan is continuing with the force here and will get it up and might even get away with the villager.
Yeah, that's best case scenario. I mean, Mihai really... he slipped up there. He's probably miking me elsewhere. Should have definitely chased that Vil with his Vil, but definitely excusable because they're fighting on top here. Big Fire Galley engagement there as well.
Oh, that demo could be so good for JorDan. Oh,
yeah,
and all those Fire Galleys are trapped there. That's so nice for him.
Yeah. Could have been slightly better, but definitely not too unhappy with that hit, and should be enough to win the water. I mean, Mihai's still doing that, in between dock cheese to kind of survive this one, but not going to be too much. JorDan feel confident adding an efficient ship there. JorDan, safe to say, for now, he's won the left side pond, and it's just about the top one and bottom one, but looks like Mihai's doing well on top.
A question that I always ask, like, if both players are going for the 2 docks here, right, and both committing heavily, why is no one ever adding a tower to aid the defense or the attack?
That's a great question. I think tower is a huge investment that is not necessarily that good, because let's say Mihai makes a tower on his 2 docks on the left-hand side, JorDan can just camp his dock. So like Mihai defends but doesn't clear JorDan, and that kind of stalls it out, and he invested a tower with maybe 4 builds going there to build it. So I feel like it has a place, but it's definitely a lot bigger of an investment than you might imagine.
JorDan full committal at the bottom, the one at the left, right, top one is kind of even. We now see Mihai doubling down, goes for the second dock. Koreans, is there a spot to see turtles here maybe?
100%. Turtles is like your answer to demolition ships, basically. You don't have them, you can't make them yourself, so you go turtles instead. And usually turtles are fantastic in these small pond situations. So like unless you're dealing with a lot of fire galleys at once, turtles will dominate anything.
Oh, repair now on both of the fire galleys at the bottom. Seems like, that could be a lot of fire galleys dying. Now the villager even battering down the fire galley, and it feels like Mihai is somewhat stabilizing at the bottom.
Yeah, the galley there was super important for Mihai. I was able to snipe the Vil and prevent any nonsense from happening. And now JorDan's still going to try to continue fighting there, but Mihai should be favorite on that bottom lake. And Mihai's going to go for a sneak on top.
Oh,
JorDan sees it, but
no reaction yet. Obviously, that might be the pond with the least fish left. Now goes for a fire galley himself.
Yeah, it's still worth contesting it because you prevent the fish trapping. Again, I think fish trapping is not the best in this kind of game because there's been so much fighting, but like people have gotten so good at that if you give someone a chance, they're gonna just fish trap you and they're gonna be up like 7-8 Vils. Especially with Japanese, can be deadly, so it's worth contesting all the docks.
10% faster in feudal age there, 5% in dark age, remember correctly. Now we are in castle age, so 15% faster fish trap income there for JorDan if he wanted to go for it. Now demo at the top, but that was not the upgraded one yet.
And it's a turtle ship on JorDan's lake. There's nothing that stops the turtle ship right here, so that's going to be extremely strong. He's almost guaranteed to win this lake if he doesn't mess up here with the turtle.
And yeah, needs 3 hits though, right? But
Yeah, 3 hits.
Those boys are chunky.
Japanese fish are tanky, so there's a chance for JorDan to kind of mass up some fire ships. But I mean, if the turtle can fit in between those 2 docks, that can be super nasty against fires.
I like turtles. That's probably a meme before your time, right? I think that's the meme of the start of the internet. Okay.
I know about that. Come on, I play Age of Empires. I'm like, I'm your generation, like it or not. No,
okay.
Just wanted to let that sit in there a little bit.
Okay, continues with the attack here. There will be a lot of fish lost. I think focusing down the fires a bit more might have been an option. Turtle going down really low HP here. And, goes down. And that's costly.
Yeah. Yeah, Mihai could have microed that back. Remember, like, turtles do have the option to hit and run, but there's just so much going on that he let it tank the fire ship for so long. Mihai looks to be winning on top, though, and on the right side. He's fully won the bottom lake. It seems to be a kind of an even game here. JorDan's quick for the 3 TCs, already has some presence in the center, and already looking for some stones. So he's going to play the golden pit part of the game now after the lakes here.
It is 4 on stone for Mihai. So he is thinking about something as well. I'm a bit surprised. Where is he investing that stone into? Is he moving villagers to the left side? Oh, tower behind JorDan's docks on the left side.
Interesting. So we talked about towers. Koreans are the tower civ. And JorDan can't really stop that. There's no reaction he can do to stop that. But I mean, what he could do is just dock on the left-hand side with the Vil. And that's going to dodge the tower. So not a bad choice, but it doesn't get me too excited.
Okay, walls at the front broken. Stone at the bottom would be open. The rest of the villagers are relatively compact here. Market behind, but that would actually still be open, even if the market goes up, but I don't think it will. JorDan. Not sure how many villagers he will find, but it's annoying.
Yeah, and definitely, okay, here Mihai's going to respond with the town center, but that could be a disaster if he's not able to wall in his vills. JorDan has the scout. The vision is large. He does see it.
One gate. Yeah. Gate only at 100 HP, but yeah, gets everything done there. Mihai will be safe, but obviously more investment and a bit of a headache there.
Yeah, definitely not something you want to have, especially with how much is going on in this map with all 4 lakes, right? This knight and scout can be not exactly what you want to be focused on. Tower on the left-hand side is about to go down to fire ships, actually. That's crazy. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, best build it a bit too close. Fires actually have 2.5 range. You always think, like, okay, they're only short distance, but technically they can reach something, and that's a lot more stone invested. And he had to pull the villages away from stone. He might run out of stone. I think this is tight.
Yeah, and JorDan, there's nothing stopping him from making more and more fires. He's queued up a demo, maybe expecting the vills to get close, but...
Next fire's ready.
Oh, there were 2 fires stacked up there, or what?
Yeah.
Yeah. One's there. One Vil down for Mihai. Yep. I mean, honestly, this whole tower, I feel like, is just the wrong call for Mihai. It seems to be much more worth it to display for the center gold than the lakes. I mean, you already have control of the top lake. If Mihai wants to fish, he's got it. So this feels a bit unnecessary right now.
I think it's just some harassment. The thing is, if he kills 4 fires with it and now disrupts the food economy, plus idle that villager, I think it might be evenish, but it also didn't go too poorly for Mihai then.
Yeah, true. He's getting some value at the very least, right? Not too bad. Yeah, I mean, just thinking about the transition here, because JorDan's maybe looking for a little bit of a tower rush, maybe a forward cast himself. He's heavy on stone here, and has full map control with the stable.
Interesting that he built a tower there. Maybe wants to get the gold control because Mihai is running out pretty soon. Only 100 gold left, and then he has to go for the gold at the front. JorDan, if he plays heavy Castle Age, this could actually pay off.
Yeah, so I think Mihai is realizing the situation right now. He knows the map control is a very key part of this map, and he knows he's got none of it now. Sends a lot of vills to stone. He's going to go heavy. Stone bonus kicking in for Koreans, and he might try to go for a castle drop to control the center here.
But only has 100 stone, right? Where is he building it? Could just brute force it next to the tower. That's why I said if JorDan is investing into like 5-6 knights, he could get a castle up before Mihai could.
I agree with that. I think JorDan could force Mihai to make the castle at home, at the very least, right? At the very best, Mihai breaks out, goes for the forward castle, gets it denied. But at the very least, forcing Mihai to make the castle at home could be a strategic advantage for JorDan. Positional advantage.
JorDan with the sneaky siege workshop. Oh, this is atypical for him. Tries to pressure the left-hand side. Obviously knows, okay, that's a lot of woodline and a bit of the gold left. Some buildings. He can be annoying there.
A quick wall from Mihai there with the villager, but that villager still in no man's land. Gonna have to delete it most likely versus that monk. JorDan making use of the map control already. Oh, Mihai tries to run away. Bold.
And JorDan doesn't want to kill. He kind of wants to block, and that will be an outpost villager.
Unnecessary for Mihai. Could have just deleted it, cut his losses there. Tries to greed it out and loses the vill entirely.
Okay, Mihai has enough stone. JorDan has enough stone. JorDan not far away from him, so it's not the big castle age investment. He rather tries to win the trap war. How aggressive is JorDan's castle going to be? Mihai, it kind of feels like an obvious choice. Oh, I think this needs to be more aggressive. He's not controlling any gold, really.
Yeah, he played it safe, right? He doesn't know if there's knights on the field. He doesn't know if there's siege on the field. He's playing it safe, and sometimes safe isn't the call. That's going to secure him his 3-tile gold, but he's going to need something else to go for the middle gold. He might be okay with this, though. He might be okay with this as a stepping stone.
But how? Like, he has 20 golds. JorDan is on the way to Imp.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's tough. Yeah, Mihai might have not realized how far behind he is in terms of getting into Imperial Age, right?
Yeah. Well, he knows. Okay, well, I only mined 2,400 gold all game long, and you might have had more center control. And Mihai, simply a barrack placement on a mainly land-dominated map, believe it or not, at the 28-minute mark, might have been too late. Like, the vision is so underwhelming.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, the whole tower on the left-hand side to hit the lake, it just feels like he was fighting the lake at the wrong time when he should have been fighting, you know, the middle control of the land. So he's in a position where he's got a little bit of gold left, and he's gonna have to make something happen in, you know, early imp. JorDan, that castle doesn't excite me too much. I feel like you should do it further forward because Japanese lose late game to Koreans if there's full compositions, if there's onagers from Koreans, if there's bombard cannons. They have the siege advantage. Japanese kind of want to win the treb war fast and win early imp, or at least prevent Koreans from getting onto gold ever. So that castle from JorDan doesn't really excite me for that purpose.
Yeah, maybe it's just like a castle to make sure that he gets trap production. Maybe he doesn't know about the imp timing either. And he knows, okay, I scout everything. I see everything here, right? I'm just protecting the gold. And then he knows he's going to win as well. So this is mainly for trap production, I believe. Wouldn't even be surprised if he opens with conscription instead of a monk.
Interesting. Okay, really going for that, you know, setup kind of style. Goes for a treb. Oh, JorDan has 4 relics as well. It must be noted. So it's not like he just has the middle control. He also has relic control. And Mihai is stuck doing guard towers in his base. I think this is the wrong call. You should just give up that wood line. Go to the other side. The fight is for the center. JorDan is just distracting you there.
Oh, that's really nice for JorDan. Gets so much stone taken away from Mihai, and he can't double down. Mihai goes for the siege workshop. Wouldn't be surprised if chemistry is one of his first clicks. And JorDan techs into supplies. Wow.
That's the weird one. He teched into murder holes as well. That's a weird one for me. Murder holes, I mean, probably for the towers, but it feels like a bit of some preemptive tech there. Supplies is interesting. Indicates it's going to be champions. Not a bad choice, not a bad choice.
This feels more like a Tato game than a JorDan game here.
Maybe take some inspiration. Getting masonry. He's fully committing to this.
Yeah. And now champions prepared. Obviously knows that Mihai is very limited on gold, so Arbalest won't be an option. And then champions performing pretty well against basically anything the Korean player can build.
Yeah, and the thing is, Mihai might just blind tech into skirm because it's so natural. You might be up against Arbalest. You know, you don't have gold anyway, so just going skirm here feels actually decent. But in reality, obviously, we know it's not very decent as JorDan's preparing the hard counter here. The Gambus and champions. Maybe hand cannoneer and brute force your way in for Mihai could be an option.
How much gold does he have left? He has 1,500 to mine, 400 in the bank, roughly 2,000. So you can't build too many hand cannoneers with that. Obviously enough to deal with like 20, 30 champions. But the follow-up will be tricky.
Yeah. And especially like JorDan has no pressure on him right now. He's going to trap the castle. Even if he has to back up from this position, he doesn't mind. As long as he's able to force Mihai out of the center, that's all that JorDan cares about. He doesn't actually have to attack Mihai at his base right now. So, super good the position for JorDan on the map. It doesn't reflect it in the score. Mihai has a few minutes where he can make something happen, and it's going to revolve around the bombard cannon.
But also he takes the gold villagers there to repair the castles, so gold income is not really there. And yeah, those 2 bombard cannons plus the skirmishers have to be the key unit. But the moment the castle dies... Oh, the trap shot nearly missed the hit the bombard cannon there. I think champions can just dive. And even longswords, right? He has gambesons, he has 2 armor upgrades. Those skirms will do very minimal damage.
Yeah, 100%. It has to be hand cannons. He has to read the situation. I don't know how he reads it here. But he has to know. Mihai has no more stone because he made so many towers in his base. So now he wins back the center. Or like he's going to clear the towers. But he doesn't really have a hold of the center. Also taking out siege engineers. That's a lot of resources to throw in some siege. Not a bad choice, but if you're up against champions, you need some hand cannoneer here. He needs to make them now to get a decent mass with them.
Food is okay to sell. Wood already really low, so Mihai cannot generate a lot of gold that way, even though he has 76 on gold. And now he sees the dreaded swordsman for the very first time, saw the 2 barracks, but this is going to be tricky. Kataparupto now coming in for JorDan. He wants to make something happen with his traps, has 4 prepared, and Mihai needs to run.
And basically what JorDan's going to do here, he's going to run at Mihai with all the champions, and he doesn't care what comes of it. He's going to use the trebs meanwhile to continue sieging Mihai, and as long as he's able to keep Mihai in his base, even if JorDan trades inefficiently, he's going to be more than happy with it.
Yeah, and those bombard cannons are the key units, right? Those are the only things that can really threaten JorDan right now. And he got rid of both of them, most costly unit in the game, and 10 cannoneers are now being added, but maybe a little late.
He had no idea it's coming in. Huge play from JorDan. Really well played there. Reading the game perfectly. Doesn't waste time going Arbalest like a lot of Japanese players might think to do here. And despite losing all the lakes, he still goes for a really heavy food strategy because he's fully boomed at this point. Full golden center as well.
Traps actually looped around and are now attacking from the top, trying to take out some of the towers. Maybe could even go for the mark. It could be quite a strategic play. Fight through the center. Actually feels like Mihai is somewhat holding, but position-wise, let's look at the minimap. Red is swarming in.
Yeah, and JorDan can do this all day. In fact, he would love to just continue spamming in champions. Or Turin and swordsman. He probably isn't even looking at them. Just send them in, let them do what they're, what they can. And then just continue macroing at home. He's teching the skirms, and he's got the full and perfect composition here with the Japanese.
And he already had the upgrades because he tagged into the towers, right? So that will be pretty easy. Only needs armor. Archery range count is not crazy high for him. He sits on 3. Now the 4th one coming in. Will lose one of his traps. Not too pretty. Mihai actually leading in population, but the value is simply not there.
Yeah, the crazy thing is if you give Mihai like 10,000 gold in the back here, he can easily win. Yeah, because he's got a good army now. He's got a good setup, but he can't sustain this for long, and he doesn't have any gold income at the moment. So this is basically like on a massive timer. He doesn't have any siege, which is obviously very gold costly. So I think at this point, there's probably no way back for him to the center.
And also castle lost, right? So how do you break those Yashima towers? It's not going to happen with traps, so bombard cannons kind of have to be the only option here. Mihai back on his gold at the front. He still has 1200 to mine, so could technically get to 5 bombard cannons, which could clear quite a bit. JorDan, now a bit wasteful for my taste.
I think maybe a little wasteful, but I think the mentality is just keep Mihai in his base. So I don't think he minds the spam. At some point, he's going to have to pull back, but in the meantime, he stockpiled 1,600 gold, so the longer this goes, the better it is for him. Just has to not let it get too out of hand, I think.
And also, if Mihai had 4 relics, we could maybe start to dream, right? If he can make a hold happen. But sitting at 0 relics, not really an option. He tries to sneak around the left-hand side, tries to get some archery ranges up there, but JorDan should easily spot this. One defensive tower there, and he basically denies the whole attack. Yeah,
and JorDan basically has just as much stone as gold, because like buying from the market, it's not the cheapest, but when you have so much gold, that it's definitely possible. We see him using it right now, so he can react anywhere on the map with just dropping a tower here. He's got so much stone and gold available.
JorDan could tech into onages. I think that would actually be a very reasonable choice here against mass hand cannon, mass skirms. Obviously, bombard cannon winning in some value then, but as we know, Mihai can't produce too many of them.
Yeah, and you want the bombard cannons for the towers and the trebs. Oh, bombard cannon on the left-hand side could die to the trap shot.
Oh, gets it. That's ugly. That's ugly. And he should have babysit that one so much.
Also, that one should definitely be on the front, right? We're trying to push the push for the gold here. So like Mihai's priorities has just been kind of all over the place. Castage onwards this game. He kind of played it like a 4-legs game and not like a golden legs game.
Yeah. Actually, pretty true. And on 4-legs, I think we would be in a pretty even spot, most likely, right? Because Mihai is only struggling because he was so limited on gold. In 4-legs, I think this could be a 2-hour game.
Yeah, 100%. GG's called. Well played to JorDan. Great strategy, great execution. I think he played really well with the Japanese and he covered their late game weakness by taking advantage of the map control and looking for an early imp victory here. Towers obviously holding the fort and then the champion switch. No one saw that coming. Certainly not Mihai. And especially with Gambusons destroyed those skirmishers.
Well, are you taking 1 single damage? 7 armor is at 6. So yeah, skirms only 1 single damage. The hand cannoneers are the main damage dealers there, but obviously can't really get onto the numbers. And Mihai, maybe playing some army in Castle Age, maybe getting a bit more control. I think simply if he feels like he can build the castle next to the gold in the middle and can get some of the gold there, and then he's in such a better spot.
Yeah, potentially. Because he loses the castle either way, so as long as he's able to take some gold at the very least, right? Sneak in 2,000, 3,000 gold on the way up, that's gonna be a few bomber cans, and all of a sudden, even if the castle goes down, he might be able to hold the spot with the gold. But without the gold, the castle falls, and there's nothing left to hold.
Yeah, but obviously we're very early on in the best of 7. Mihai is still having all the chances. JorDan goes in as the big favorite, but Mihai is coming from the biggest day probably of his Age of Empires career, beating Villiser and MBL in one day.
Yeah, that was wild. He must have been buzzing after that one. I mean, I know there was some, I don't know if I say controversy, but some epic moment at the end of MBL set. But
just think about it as he played 2-2 against MBL, right? And then something happened, right?
Yeah.
So
he made the comeback happen regardless. Yeah. But I mean, the whole thing is like Mihai still earns it, even against MBL, MBL made a mistake, didn't really know how the Kings worked. We can talk about it. It's very unfortunate, but Mihai capitalized. Mihai was there with the scout. Mihai made it happen. So great day for him there. And if he makes this happen against JorDan today, especially being down 0-1, that could be one of the craziest runs. Maybe even the craziest from an up-and-comer that we've seen ever, pretty much.
And didn't Mihai also had a crazy underdog story in all the games yesterday? Over the qualifier? Let me quickly take a look at this again. I thought he was down in all 3 sets, something like that. He was... Yeah, look at that. He was down 2-1 against Uzi. He was down 2-1 against Velez. And he was down 2-0 against MBL. So his mental mindset, he is so strong.
Yeah. I like that. I mean...
It's the reverse doubt.
Mihai... Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. That was losing with being up 2-1. I feel like Mihai... He's got nothing to lose here. I mean, he's got everything to win and nothing to lose. Obviously, sometimes you can get in your head, big opportunity. You don't want to let it go to waste. But if you think about it, he's not the favorite here, so just give it your all. And if you win, that's a huge opportunity. If you lose, I mean, you walk away with $500 from the qualifiers. It's not the end of the world.
So yeah, I'm jumping into the next game again. Dashboard is not really working for me, and we're looking at a very Age of Empires like map, and I'll work you through it and all the specifics of this one. We are at Brood War. Name comes from the StarCraft 1 game, Brood War, because we have often in those maps different spawns. In Age of Empires, we typically spawn in one single spot and play from there. This map, you could spawn in every single corner. So we could have the short distance with wood in the way, short distance with the island in the way, or the cross spawn for the most passive games potentially. Here we have the short distance spawn with the wood in the middle, so both get the share of the water for themselves. And yeah, therefore the strategy has to be adjusted, and scouting is absolutely key here. JorDan with Lithuanians, Incas for Mihai. Give me your thoughts on this map, Hera.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, loved why it came from StarCraft. I knew it was from StarCraft, but didn't know why. So that's a very nice knowledge for me. But Yeah, I mean, this map is very interesting. Both players have a lake private, but it's not one of those lakes where you expect some big fish boom. You don't even expect fish trapping on this map because the lake is very tiny. It's just a boost for the early game. Maybe to transfer, maybe either towards your opponent's base if you control your enemy's lake, or to that middle island with some gold, stone, and a relic. Definitely the main focus of the map, though, is going to be the center in between both players, because if one guy loses map control, you risk getting stonewalled in and cut into your corner. And in the middle, there's all kinds of wood, gold, stone, some relics. So getting the middle control, absolutely massive, and both players will be fighting for that, no doubt.
And JorDan could really struggle. If he gives up map control, he will never get a castle up, right? You don't have stone in your area. You have to expand to either one of the starting spots, the middle, or your island to get stone. But JorDan's stone spawned quite close to the water. So if he loses water by getting crushed and gets walled in, he's basically done.
Yeah. Obviously, if JorDan is well prepared on this map, and it is Mihai's home map, so maybe we don't know how prepared JorDan is or how comfortable or familiar he is with the map. But if he's prepared for this map, he is aware of the risk. He is aware he's got no stone at his base. He's aware that getting denied your lake can be problematic. It opens up transports to your island. It denies you access to that little pocket island, and you also risk getting stonewalled in. Those are really bad things to happen to a player, and I expect JorDan to probably aim for a fast feudal age here and prevent that from happening by maybe, I don't know, scouts or some skirm spear himself or something.
Oh, John wanted to dock. Mihai sees it instantly, is around there with his eagle. This could be quite some nice harassment. The scout is around, though. I'm not sure if this will be in time. Another villager is being pulled. Oh, I don't think the stock will go up.
Oh, JorDan trying his luck twice in a row with that forward fill.
Worked out well in the first game. Militia even joining the party. Well, that becomes really tricky then. Obviously, Scout becomes way stronger in 15 seconds. JorDan tries to go for the block. Villager not in time. Or is it in time? No.
Ooh, if he gets the wall, he gets the dock, right? But it can be risky. Mihai would love to turn around and hit the scout, but if he does that, then the Vil gets the wall. Vil gets the wall anyways. Oh my god. Age of Empires in 2023. Look at that.
Militia around. Will be some harassment. Even goes for the men-at-arms. Sends two of them to the top. JorDan actually opened the walls.
Mihai's docking JorDan at the same time. JorDan spots it, but there's a militia. This is quite the game, Nilly. This is very chaotic here.
JorDan walls in the villager. Tries to go for the walls here. Tries to fight himself out. Not going to happen. I think the militia could just go for the palisades while the villager tries to force himself through. Oh, this tight. A fire galley joining the party.
Oh, there's a ship. What does Mihai do? Oh, he makes a wall. He makes a wall. The fire galley cannot shoot over that wall. This is brilliant stuff, man. How is this just a qualifier? Look at this level. Very nice. 20
HP on the palisade, though. Now gets more HP on it. The men-at-arms are fighting. Villager goes down. What a nice play by JorDan.
Wow. And this is worst case scenario from Mihai now. Now he needs to send another Vil. He has to force down that dock, or else it's a lot of lost investment. Those men-at-arms do nothing if he's not able to get that dock up. Oh, JorDan with a small misplay, though, doesn't get the repairs down, and the villager will die.
Oh, he was active on the other side, though, and gets his dock up.
Yeah.
Mihai, does he have something there on water? Only builds a fire galley. This time, no galley. Could have maybe preemptively built one.
Mihai's going to go forward here. There is a choice to just let this dock go down. But he's going to go forward. He's going to maybe... Is this a tower? Or is this just for the dock? Looks like he wants to just tower JorDan's main base here.
Yeah, I don't think you want to send 3. Oh, this is interesting. Tower next to the dock. This is like a lot of similarities to game 1. More than we expected.
I think this time he made it a little further away. I'm not sure if that's good enough this time around. But, he's going to go for the dock first. He wants the dock first and then the tower. Interesting. I think that's a good choice. Getting the dock is like kind of necessary if you want to do some kind of pressure here.
Blocks off with the palisade again. Instantly goes down, though, and villagers can run around. Goes some repair on that one. And JorDan is going for archers himself, so should be able to deal with those 3 men-at-arms. But it will cost him quite some repair time.
Mihai's got a rage follow-up as well. And hey, you know what? Mihai, I feel like things didn't exactly work out for him in the early game trades, but I still think he's got the map control, and I still think he's in a good spot. JorDan's under a lot of pressure here. JorDan's not microing the archer. This could be bad.
And also hill control there for Mihai, right? So archer v archer will be really solid for him. Now more pressure. 1 house down. And JorDan, he is actually house 35 out of 30. Oh, baby.
Oh, that is not the position to be in. He needs 2 houses to go down here. And the men-at-armor still knocking at his front door. Tower on the left-hand side as well. JorDan with a bit of panic, sending 5 villas and a sheep to get that down. Little bit of panic there.
Not sure what the sheep is going to contribute, but...
Moral support.
Okay, moral support.
Yeah. And I don't blame him for the panicking though.
JorDan is rushing this. Oh, nice house.
Whoa. Good house from Mihai. This is a dubious play from JorDan here. Because he knows there's archers on the field. This feels like it's not going to work. The villas have to go back.
Yeah, that's a bit questionable. Maybe could even Mihai try to jump through. Now the fire galley joins the party. Could see some repair on that one. Where's the second fire galley of Mihai? Also comes in. Now the tower shooting on the water. Nice repairs. This is tight. Can he save the fire galley? 3 villagers might be enough. Blocks with his own fire galley. Maybe. No, he can't.
Oh, I think there was an angle. He could have blocked with the fire galley. The archers could have hopped in the tower as well. Mihai, too much happened at the same time there, and he also lost the men-at-arms. That was a good play from JorDan. Good past 30 seconds. Back home at Mihai's water. Looks like Mihai's just winning that. JorDan's gonna give it up.
Oh man, that was like 2 things going really right for JorDan there at the same time. Maybe the misjudgment sent the villagers in, but winning the water and killing all those men-at-arms gives him quite some control now. And JorDan is not giving up the water at the bottom. It's 3 fire galleys surrounding him, and he continues building them. Interesting.
Yeah, I thought for a second he might just give it up, and it still looks like he's losing it because his bill isn't repairing it, but looks like he's still producing a little bit. I feel like Mihai should stonewall JorDan in, by the way. I think going back without the stonewall feels a bit weird. He didn't stonewall at home. Fair enough. I guess it's not the worst choice.
Though... Like, I think JorDan, the moment he wins the water, your stonewall is not achieving too much, right? He can always use a transporter, can send stuff around, and the distance is so short that adding siege is relatively natural anyways. So could go for a mangonel, and that could have helped him out after he cleared the walls quite quickly. Mihai stonewalls his home base, floating quite a lot of wood there. A bit of macro problem.
Yeah. On a map like this, I can understand the floating wood, but it's really bad because the wood converted to food early. This is like #1 thing that I'm talking about in coaching sessions. That is what gets you the fast castle time, which lets you develop into that next stage. Mihai's gonna be maybe not slower than JorDan, but just slower than what he could have done.
Okay, so you changed your coaching approach. In the past, it was more like, Nilly, we don't lose villagers to drushes. But okay.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, with the 1400s I coach, I focus on the economy. But with you, I go even 1 step further basic. You know, we start with not losing vills. Because you can't make economy with no vills, Nilly. That's what I was working with when we were doing the coaching. So.
Well, maybe one day I will get there.
Next year, Nilly, we talked about it. That's your glory year.
The dream
year
is
25
alive.
of your AV career, yeah.
Oh man.
Market here to fix the disaster from Mihai.
Another redock.
These guys really fighting for the lake here.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of fish, so this lake is more about position than like economy.
It's still in their head that they played this before. Maybe if we played Arabia as game 1, they would not have docked at all.
Because they've been docking a lot from 4 lakes?
Yeah. It's still in their head. Like,
yeah.
muscle memory, build dock, fight water.
And especially but back to back here, it feels like a continuation almost. I definitely can see that. The water has different importance here. Less economy, of course, no fish trap potential, or less fish trap potential, but much more strategic potential.
Let's remind ourselves, how much gold and stone there is on those islands, plus another relic, which is valuable for Lithuanians, compared what you have at home. So just having the island control gives you such a better setup towards the long game.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at the map. There's not a whole lot of stone in the center as well. So, if you don't get your island, you're basically fighting for small 2-tile stones in the center. And Mihai's going to be 1 minute faster than JorDan, so he still gets the faster castle each time. And he still has the potential of some big plays in castle. Like Eagle Pike can be super deadly for Incas.
He's not attacking fletching yet, so that's kind of a giveaway for Mihai potentially, knowing, okay, you will switch away from this, and JorDan now goes for the big stone walls. He does not want any surprise, but he doesn't have enough stone after the tower. It did not go to the edge of the map. This is something that even the top players overlook. This could be him thinking he is safe.
Yeah. Yeah, in the heat of the moment, we've already seen how much is just going on in this map. That could be a disaster that he just doesn't see. Doesn't see coming. Also, even if he has to buy 100 stone for it, it's not the best position either, right? So, worst case, it's open. Best case, he's still falling behind in economy.
Walls with 2 villagers right now. Even tries to quick wall it. Okay, knows that the Eagles could be around. Sees the flag on the barracks. He should get scared here. Oh, but Eagles are landing around. Oh, he wants to be sneaky.
Wow, with the transport on his own leg. I guess it makes sense because he needs that transport anyways, right?
Yeah. And doesn't want to show his tech. And does he have some vision with his house? No.
Yeah. I mean, that was. I feel like you could have just deleted a stone wall and just run at them anyway, but. Yeah, with the crazy plays there.
What? He clears up the archers? I was so sure he was going for JorDan space.
That's what I thought as well. Like, I think the archers felt a little underwhelming there. JorDan did finish the stone wall here. Imagine he went for JorDan space with the transport and got in, but I mean, JorDan did well in time anyway.
Oh, that's funny. Monastery now. Obviously, relics are really far away. No chance to get the one on JorDan's island. Has to transport to his own island and then one in the center and one at the other potential spawning positions. So quite some walking distance for the monk.
This is where I really like Lithuanians though. I feel like Lithuanians, as soon as they start dropping TCs, they feel really smooth. I would want to see JorDan just go 3TC right away. Even if you're getting pressured by Eagles, Lithuanians can probably justify the 3TC and you're kind of forced to get ahead in economy because if you're playing equal economy against Eagles, especially Inca Eagles that are cheaper, it's going to be a nightmare. So I'd like to see a 30C from JorDan rather soon.
Maybe he feels the Mangonel is needed earlier. We see the 3TC play from Mihai here. Even gets the TC up next to the woodline, something that you have to chop for first. And this will be really efficient for a very long time.
Yep. Has the TC on the, I guess, the pocket island as well, which feels nice. I feel like getting more builds there. There's wood, there's beer, there's gold, stone. So you have everything there that you might need. I feel like JorDan's playing overly safe, overly defensive, which might be one of his downsides as a player in general, like always overcommitting on defense here. Siege Workshop, Monastery, and Stable is a lot when you're already stonewalled.
Also, the Monastery at a weird spot, right? Another dock attempt by Mihai at the left-hand side will lose some archers, and there's so much fish left. Don't think that's going to work out. And, oh, look at that. JorDan sends 2 Lightcav out, and they will instantly run into 2 monks. This is so good for JorDan.
Oh, Mihai converted there. Oh, he's got the transport.
Transport. No.
What? Abandoned.
Jump.
Abandoned.
No.
Wow.
How can he send out 2 random Lightcav and get like the dream running into 2 monks?
You make your own luck. I respect it. A lot of people sit behind those walls and get comfortable. JorDan wanted to get out, made his own luck, and got two monks for free.
That's so sick. That's so sick.
Yep. Mihai probably didn't expect that as well. Now he realizes Lightcav on the field. And this is where it gets annoying because Eagles cannot prevent Lightcav from sniping monks effectively. You need like 10 Eagles to really block them from running in. So those 2 Lightcav are actually like super active on the map here.
JorDan now with a 4th TC even. Okay. That will be a lot of villages, not really out getting gold and stone though. So it feels like he needs to expand in some sense. Or build even the 5th TC on his island. Would be pretty beautiful, surrounded by 3 gold spots. But JorDan, he needs to send those builds out eventually.
Yep.
Monk saved.
Transports. So is transporting at weird times, man. JorDan's tracking him here. JorDan's on 4 TC here. We talked about that Lithuanian bonus. This is what it lets him do. It's actually really strong. It's a lot stronger than I thought it would be at first.
Mihai has 5 villages on stone. Is he maybe thinking about getting a castle up there in between the 2 players? Wouldn't be too unreasonable for my taste here.
There are hills there as well. So, like, although the center is not like one castle controls the whole thing, I do feel like there's some positions that let you get a better grip of the center, especially with the hills. Game feels super even right now. I don't even know which position I prefer.
Yeah, and also which late game civilization we prefer, right? It feels like limited gold, not the greatest thing for Incas, but he still has all the gold control. plus strong economy in case he wanted to use the market later on. Now goes for some outposts, and JorDan might get the center control here with the early castle. Feels quite risky, right? He knows that Eagles could be out on the map.
Well, I mean, this is like criminal. How can Mihai let him do that? Like, you've got... What was the point of the Eagles if we're not going to prevent our opponent from getting a middle castle? This feels really, really bad for Mihai. I mean, I think he got in his own head. He's just worried about his monks with the light cav.
Yeah, he wanted to go for fishing ship block. He goes for the cute things instead of the basic things.
Yeah, I 100% agree. 100% agree. Like, basic things there, keep the Eagles patrolling outside your opponent's stone walls. And just make a few spears for the monks. And that's all we really need, right? I feel like Mihai didn't really accomplish anything, really, with his Eagles, after all.
Oh, man. And Mihai is not on gold. He has one single villager on gold right now. And JorDan moves further forward. Is he buying himself more stone? That's another castle. What?
Whoa.
How is that a thing? He has 4 light cav, 1 monk. The opponent has 8 eagles, monks, and archers.
Yeah, and he also had the 2 barracks set up for a while, and like, he didn't really produce anything. So Mihai is he's going for the fast imp here, but at the same time he's given up all map control, which he spent so much time building up in Castle Age, right? With like the monastery as well there. Feels very strange to hand that back over to JorDan like that.
Oh man, and this will be 2 relics basically handed over to JorDan now. That's crazy. He did 0 work and gets 2 relics for free, basically.
Yeah, has the 1 relic from his main base as well. That's +1 attack. We'll take those 2 relics. That's +3 attack. And then there's a couple relics still on the map that he can snag. JorDan's in a great position now. Mihai's got the fast imp with a castle, so it's not like he's out of the game. But it is going to be a pretty hard one for him.
Gets the castle on the hill, so will be nice, but gold control is still so underwhelming. Long distance gold mining now on the island. Oh, it's not pretty. What are we thinking about 2 petards for JorDan?
I think he wants to race the Imperial Age here, actually. Which I think is a safer choice. Yeah, I prefer that. Play it safe.
But he has 8 lighters on the map, produces 2 more. I think he wants to do castle damage still.
Yeah, if castle damage is the play, then petards definitely make a lot of sense. Like, imagine 2 petards on the bottom there, breaks that stone wall, then all of a sudden it's really complicated for Mihai. Could just break the range as well, no petards needed. The range is about to go down.
Yeah, true. JorDan, a bit in between, right? It felt like 4 lighters are achieving the same thing as 11 lighters.
Yeah.
Could have been up to Imp as well. Now uses the market. Obviously, big advantage is that he will be able to build some bombard cannons. So even if he loses the first castle, feels like he might have bought himself enough time for the second castle to be saved.
Yeah, now going for the barracks instead of the range. Very, very weird play from JorDan here. It feels like he never really planned on breaking in, but then ended up overproducing the lightest. Okay, now he realizes it's a free pass. He should go in here as well. This is rough for Mihai. Mihai should be on pikeman here. Why is he not producing anything from the barrack?
It's another transporter prioritization right now. In general, he didn't do a lot. Now he had some pikemen, yeah, but it's only 2 barracks at home, 3 barracks at home. That's the first trap. JorDan has to love this position now.
Yeah. I just feel like Mihai should be on like 10 pikes already, so that there's no risk of losing the trap. If he loses even a single trap to Lightus, he's going to be kicking himself here.
8 pikemen in the queue, 4 out. Woodline at the bottom will be broken. No repair there. That's some dead villagers. Obviously not the game deciding thing here. Mihai's economy, wood and food is kind of solid. It's just like him not really getting onto proper pike numbers.
I like what JorDan's doing here. He's gonna get masonry. He's doubling down into the strong part about his position, which is the middle control here, that he somehow managed to get in Castle Age. No one really knows how. And JorDan now has the TC on the left-hand side as well, looking to expand into that whole pocket that has a ton of gold and stone as well. So there's a lot of things to play for there.
Yeah, he just went for it in mid-Castle Age, right? He just, with very little vision, those 2 light cav are just the absolute heroes of the game. Killing those monks, seeing that there wasn't enough protection in the center. JorDan, did he even buy some stone? He shouldn't really have a lot of stone control. Okay, went over to the side, but that's kind of it.
This is a bit personal preference as well. I wouldn't repair this castle, and the reason is Mihai is trapping from his base. This is a really hard position for JorDan to defend. If he just gives up the castle, forces Mihai to push out, it's gonna be a lot easier for JorDan to defend the second castle. And I feel like he might want to invest his time and energy into that one instead.
Yeah, I think he wants to buy time for hand cannon near bombard cannon. I don't think he actually thinks he has a chance in holding this one. Should be the stone wall now in front of the traps as well. Lighters. No, they can't go through. So yeah, that is a bit of waste, I believe, by JorDan. He actually thinks he has a chance of holding it. Yeah, I agree, that's a mistake. But just masonry, repairing a castle a bit. And then the moment the opponent breaks out, you already have 8 hand cannons prepared. JorDan won't mind that situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Castle does go down, but like you said, not the biggest of deals. Chemistry's taken already. Mihai has a really tough game now because now JorDan's landing him. He's docked him. He's transferring in and out with Lightus, it seems. This feels super hard to defend here. There's just so many threats.
Yeah, and hand cannons will be prepared. And how do you push then? 4 traps? Oh, JorDan now tries to go for the wall. I don't think that works against 4 traps, but, well, still buys a bit more time, gets a bit more control.
Yeah, it's such a JorDan move. Like, a lot of people get lazy to make this stone wall, but I feel like it's good. Like, it's just, if it puts another layer of stress on your opponent, if they don't do anything, you know, they're going to get stone walled in. Definitely a solid move. Low investment as well. Now the traps are hitting the castle. Mihai has to go 100% everything forward for this push right now. He needs to win right now. If he loses the traps, it's basically game over.
The good thing for Mihai is, if he breaks this castle, the next push is very natural towards JorDan's base, right? He doesn't have to think, okay, what's the next area to control? Because he can just maybe roll over JorDan's base if he gets enough halves and skirms out, and that's a good castle.
Yeah, he's 100% committing. I like that he's going for this because he recognizes, you know, this is the moment. It's now or never. Gonna go 100% in. Lightus going for the trap snipe. Okay, doesn't get one. Doesn't get one.
Now look at that. Stone walls will not buy a lot of time. Makes it a bit awkward to go through. But JorDan even tacking into cavalry. Now what's happening? Shouldn't mass hand cannon be the play? Also has only 1 bombard cannon.
I think hand cannon your skirm, if anything, right? He sees the skirm. He wants to go cav, but then the halbs are there. Also Mihai, JorDan raided the left town center for Mihai. So Mihai has no expansion right now. Brutal.
That's lost was there earlier. Mihai saw it, but now for the second raid, no reaction. JorDan, nice control over the left-hand side. I love that Mihai is still using one of his Castle Age armies to protect one of the relics. So far, it is 3 for JorDan. And there has to be a 4th relic in the hand of a monk in some way, no?
Yeah, I also couldn't find the relic earlier, by the way. I wonder if it was like bugged or something. There was only 4 relics, or maybe there's only 4 relics on this map.
Let me think about it. Oh, look at the bottom corner of the map.
Wow, Mihai.
Someone decided.
Just,
yeah.
He saw the 2 light gap. He said, "No way!" Like I know what those guys are capable of.
Okay. Well, long-term plan. Long-term plan.
Yeah. Just wait. In 15 minutes, that relic comes back. Mihai wins by 10 gold. It was the relic. Skirm Halb. It's a good composition for a scrappy early imp, but it's a bad composition once JorDan gets to his full comp, and he's trending towards that right now. Mihai does have a few halbs defending his main base, but now JorDan continues to land him with light cav hand cannon. It makes it messy.
That's really ugly to deal with, right?
Yeah.
Luckily, it's only 2 hand cannons. JorDan now attacking into Hasar as well. That push through the center still is quite scary, but Mihai must not lose his traps. There are 3 bombard cannons, obviously really scary. All 3 of them one-shot a trap.
Another castle on the hill. And the more JorDan stays here, right? All this production building, Mihai takes forever to push through it. JorDan has full map. He can take all the golden stone on the map if he wants to.
Habadi is a bit out of position. Skirm's a bit too far to the front. And now the bombard cannons maybe going for those traps. Not a lot of units to kill bombard cannons right now.
I have an idea, Nilly. I don't know if you're ready for the conversation, but Onager, cut through, push JorDan's base. We go all in that way. Dodge the hills, and we just commit to it. What do you think about that?
I'd like it if he had eagles prepared. because then the first wave is just so much better. Otherwise, JorDan,
Yeah.
he can just evacuate with the villagers, and the farms aren't really threatened if only Skirm Halberdier raid is coming in.
Yeah. It's not exactly the comp for that. I just can't think of a way for Mihai to really push this. Well, I mean, I can see him winning fights and taking decent trades, but the turtle game is just a lot better for JorDan here. He can just sit there, chill. He's going to have the Lithuanian scrims coming out.
And JorDan might think it's 3 against 2 relics, by the way, right? He, with his vision, knows, like, okay, he sees 90% of the map, but only has 3 relics himself.
Yep. And in reality, it's 3 against 0. Oh, JorDan, what is this with the bomber cannons?
Ambitious.
Oh, might lose 2.
Skirms, shooting.
Close.
5 HP. Commitment could have been an option there. Still missing some key upgrades here in the blacksmith, Mihai.
This is just so uncomfortable for Mihai. I mean, his pocket island is getting raided, harassed by everything. Game is very hard for him to play.
War Galley is so annoying as well. Oh, baby.
Yeah. That's crazy. JorDan's just hunting on the side with Lattice, not letting anything go. We now see the tower shields coming for Lithuanians. That's for their skirms and halbs.
5 traps. Can we see bombard cannon snipes? They are actually moving towards and therefore splitting into the shot. That is nice. Now only 2 bombard cannons out on the map. JorDan still tries to micro this one. The Hussars are diving in. Halberdier count is relatively low. Oh, Mihai not having enough barracks at the front.
Yeah, the production is just low in general. Mihai's got a lot of res, but I mean, we are pushing bombard cannons, right? We have no redemption monks, no eagles. We have no counter to bombard cannon.
Yeah,
Not a
one
single
lucky
counter.
shot kind of gave us some hope, right? But that's minus 4 traps here, and now the skirms are retaking the hill. Hussars are in again for the raid. This is just so much easier for JorDan to play here.
Yeah. And JorDan, I love that he went straight in for the raids. He recognizes how good his position is. Let's make it harder for Mihai here. Those 10 winged are going to cause problems. And JorDan now stacking up gold. Maybe even Cannon Galleon could hit the field. He's actually teching them right now.
Mihai is stacking up something as well. Look at those siege workshops and what he's been cooking. 7 castle edge rams, battering rams here.
That's one last push. Please make them at least cap prime before you share your face with those guys, though.
Oh man, it's something we don't see too often.
JorDan's taking Onager. So safe that like JorDan doesn't die to random stuff. I feel like he will do anything. He will 3-layer stonewall. He doesn't take risks in this kind of stuff, and I think that's honestly his best characteristic as a player. He'll do all the little things to prevent any throws.
Yeah, he is one of the best at learning as well, in the sense that I see him sometimes die to something very easily in a very stupid way. But that's the only time I will ever see that, right? And the next 20,000 games, if he dies to something else.
Yeah.
It's so good. And if you never die to the same thing twice, how can you not win every tournament?
Sounds reasonable. There's a lot of things to die to, though. So.
Yeah, that's why he's still not that's why he's still not winning everything.
If you need 1 year, I think JorDan might need like 15. But yeah, I think at this point the Castlage round play, shocker, didn't work out.
I'm surprised.
It's just been the bomber canceling everything here. Wow.
And like the Stonewall at the bottom actually helping out quite a bit, right? The Rams had to go through such a tight area. Now the castle falls here. Mihai is still at an okayish population. It's close to pop limit, but that castle falls. And now way more control. Those Rams are coming in, but I'm not even sure if they could reach through Stonewall. And Mihai resigns with even population, something we don't see too often. But certainly the map control is so much better if we look at the minimap.
Yeah, really well played from JorDan. I actually think Mihai might have had the better strategy in Civ for this map. Honestly, if you think about how much went wrong for Mihai, if he just tweaks a few things, I feel like if they play this 10 times and Mihai can correct some of those things, like I really like this position. The Stonewall that he had set up, or a potential Stonewall outside of JorDan's base, for example, the Stonewall he made at home to defend everything. I feel like Mihai had a lot of things that he kind of missed out on this game, and he could have, he could have really taken advantage of the full map control he had in Castlage. Keep JorDan pinned in.
I'm trying to look at that momentum where JorDan was ready to move out. And Mihai was just about to build some outposts. Had the Eagles just control the water a bit. Like those two light cav just gave JorDan such a big headache. Mihai such a big headache that he wasn't freely using his Eagles.
Yeah. Yeah. Those two light cav straight up won the game. Mihai went completely away from his plan, right?
Yeah. That's sick. That's sick.
Again, correct response there. Couple spears to babysit the monks, if anything. If not, just don't go for relics for a bit. And just sit outside your opponent's walls. Relics can wait. We don't need all the relics right away, you know?
Especially if we have other ways to take advantage of map control, right? Relics are important if, like, the opponent is boxed in, you are boxed in, but you surround them, and then that's one way to get an advantage. But if they're out on the map, you just have to continue booming and build TCs next to gold spots. That's the way to get to gold.
100%, 100%. Especially on a map like that, like I stand by it, like the stonewall potential, keeping your opponent locked in, that's way more beneficial than any relic can do.
Yeah.
Maybe Mihai's home map. He's down 2-0, but he's been here before. We talked about his underdog story of the yesterday's qualifier sets. I think he's still probably mentally okay here. It's going to be his home map next. I think at 3-0, you start sweating, but this should still be fine.
Yeah, and this time he has more time to come back against the deficit, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, and this should be a good Civ advantage for him. But I'll let you go through it once we are joining the game.
Yep, I'm in there right now.
Okay, well then walk me through it. Why do I think that Persians could have the advantage against Poles here on this map, Young and Arty?
I mean, Persians hella buffed recently. I mean, they actually just suffered a nerf, right? With the losing access to the Cav gold bonus, 5 gold for every Cav unit that the Cav kills. But other than that, they still have a really good start. Obviously, on any map that there's a dock potential, Persians tend to pull ahead because their docks work faster, have more HP, and in general, Persians with the extra food at the start, they tend to get an early game lead. Especially comparing that against a civ like Poles, I think maybe even JorDan doesn't go for a dock here. There's a chance. 4 wood indicates that he might still go for it. But he wants to play more towards his farms with the full works. And I think long term, I love Poles here. I love the concept of it. But I think early game, I think they can suffer a lot.
I hate Poles so much here.
I hate it so much. Okay.
Yeah. Like honestly, I think they might be bottom 10 on this map. So I'm like really curious what JorDan has to in store for us here. Like, how do you properly forward? Just imagine how 90% of the bases looked on this map. It was always like small wall around your base. Like, how do we even squeeze in 2 full forwards there? It feels so off. And the opening should be way better. I think JorDan, maybe this is considered to be a throwaway and he just tries something off meta.
Thing is, he had Magyars in the draft. And okay, Magyars might not be the greatest on this map, but I think Magyars gives you a fighting chance. Light Cav are super good. Scout opening smooth. You might lose the water. Magyars have no bonuses there. It does feel a bit strange, unless he's got a plan with Magyars later. It does feel a bit strange to use Poles, which could have been used on Fortified Clearing, for example.
Yeah, maybe he had other plans. Maybe we go back into the draft again and theory craft a bit more there. It just feels like I don't see him either taking advantage of mass farms or getting mass stone mined as well to get to the gold.
True. Yeah. There's actually a lot of stone on this map, but it's so unpractical to grab it, right? Because one tile, if you're mining camp, it feels bad. Town center, it's like a small boost, but you're not getting that much of the stone until hyper late game, right? We got vills everywhere.
I think Armenians, Georgians might actually be civilizations we could see a lot here, especially if we go into the longer sets, best of 7s. I would have felt like Georgians could have their merit here.
I like Armenians more, actually. Armenians feel pretty good, especially with the Fortified Church, potentially using that to go for a forward play. I mean, Armenians have their weaknesses on land maps, but they feel like they could make something happen with their Fortified Church plays.
But isn't Georgians, you can scout rush, they're healing. You can have fortified churches at home. Your eco is always so incredibly compact. Fortified church next to the wood line and gold. I think like the extra radius is
yeah.
very underexplored so far.
I can actually see that, and like we know how strong 10% on literally everything. Like that sounds insane. It only hits in cast lates for Jordans, but if you get there, obviously it could be super sick. We'll keep an eye out. This is why we have a main event, right? Qualifiers, usually not everything gets figured out by the end of them, and the main event, you know, that's where really everyone goes all out. We see all the possible strategies. Faster uptime from Mihai, by the way, just barely. That's the Persian bonus kicking in there. They have the same bill count. But I don't know. I feel like it's going to be enough to win the water. He went for 3 fishing ships. Interesting.
I made a wild statement the other day, and I want to know your input on it. People ask, wouldn't it be better for some players to play qualifications? And I said, for example, Leary, I think he's playing better if he's invited compared to if he had to go through qualifiers, because he would only put X amount of training hours in anyways, let's say 20 hours. And he would put like 10 into the qualifier, 10 into the main event. And I think it's better for him to go later into the games when the meta is already more developed. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. I agree with that. I think a guy like me and Viper, who are full-time anyway, and like we can stream the qualifiers even, great. Obviously, there's always a risk. Like, I wouldn't opt to play a qualifier. I mean, I would love to play the qualifier, but if I lose, just let me in anyway. Like, that'll be great. That'll be perfect. But, you know, obviously, the risk is so high. So, like, no one would want to play a qualifier. But if you had to, I think players that are naturally full-time would benefit very, very heavily, or in comparison to guys like Leary. So, I definitely agree with that.
Okay.
Salam.
So,
Mihai's opening range here.
and JorDan is going stable. So far, no forward from him. So, pole advantage used so far at 0%. Will also give up the water, no fire galley.
Another
This
pole
is-
disadvantage. That's brutal. Mihai's playing it safe with the walls as well.
And the thing is, like,
Nice.
if
Full walls. It's good.
yeah, and if JorDan is not going for any range units, oh, he goes for a demo now. Ooh, that one has to hit. But Mihai is already splitting.
Smart. Look at that. And demo hitting fish is not as good as you think it is. In fact, right now it's bad. The fish is already out. This demo's bad.
Yeah, I
Oh, but
agree.
Mihai should not be here with his 2 bills. Bring the spearman. This is a really bad play.
I think
Had to just run those bills home.
I think it makes sense if he gets to kill fish traps as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
JorDan loses his scouts. Oh, that's a big loss.
Ooh. That went from being really bad for Mihai to being pretty bad for JorDan. And actually, one more scout touching the spear there. And Mihai going forward with a few archers. This could be really bad for JorDan. JorDan's got a full wall right now because... Oh, and he makes a range.
Cancelled the farm upgrade for it. There's still no farm upgrade poles.
Another disadvantage. Nilly, I'm agreeing with you, honestly. I'm starting to agree with you a lot more. There's no time for poles to shine on this map. Mihai should see the range and run back here.
Horse colors coming
Like-
in.
Mihai should not stick around here. Just has to go back.
Or at... Well, he has 2 spearmen. Full HP. Like, how many scouts does JorDan need? Scouts are already low HP as well. Snipes the low HP one. Nice.
Yeah, good play. 1 for 1. Both players okay with that. Mihai should try to go in, I guess. But as soon as he sees the walls, I would definitely recommend he goes back. He doesn't know about the range yet, so... You know, it could spend a bit more time. I think as soon as he sees the skirm, optimal play is just go back here. There's no point sticking around. You want to keep those crossbows for later. Also, Mihai does not have the full walls. Like, I could see JorDan just running in with the scouts, honestly.
I think this is actually the play where JorDan building 1 skirm achieves the same as JorDan building 8 skirms.
100% agree, yeah. Like, Mihai should just run back here, and the 1 skirm did the job, right? Unless JorDan's planning to put pressure with the skirmishers, he can cut production right away. But I mean, he might want to use them forward, though. That does give him the map control, right?
Oh, yeah. Obviously, if we have mass skirms, then Mihai needs to build some scouts. But I wouldn't be surprised if he just builds the market. He has enough space behind all this area and builds the market towards the left side. I think right side would have felt a bit more natural because it feels more likely that the aggression is coming from there.
Interesting, yeah. Yeah, he probably didn't think too much of it, right? At the same time, fish trapping. Oh, he thought about fish trapping, canceled it. There's no reason not to fish trap. I think he just wants to wait to make sure there's no more demos, actually. And JorDan might think about running in here. Doesn't quite commit to it. And JorDan cuts skirm production and I guess wants to wait till castlage now. And oh my god, look at this collapsed economy from JorDan here. Berries run out. There's 10 vills idle.
20 on wood, 6 on food. This is not... I don't think this is a Pulse map.
No. I wonder why he thought it was a Pulse map. Like, now I'm really curious to hear his thoughts, because, like...
Prioritization. Pulse also was pick 6. It wasn't super late.
Yeah. He had Berbers, Gurjaras, Vietnamese, and Magyars, and Lithuanians. All of those civs. Oh, he used Lithuanians, but all of those other civs, they have better chances here, potentially. Mihai's gonna get the faster castle time. Very strange. And JorDan, know that you're gonna be happy, but the second full work he's working on it. I mean, Poles did get buffed though. Maybe that kind of played a role in his mind. I don't know.
What buff? Like saving 25 wood for the full work?
Yeah, on the full work. We're up 50 wood right now.
okay, let's go. Save 50 wood here. That's something Persians get from the start.
Yeah, it's not looking good. I mean, we see the difference in civ power here. I do think Mihai played a better strategy so far, or like better execution. He did win the water, but you know, he's already up to castlage, way faster castlage. Seems like with the 2 fish traps, if he ever makes them, you know, he'll be up ahead naturally. And I think the natural switch is just to go into like some knights here from Mihai, maybe some camels, and just put some pressure.
Okay, let's see how this is going to develop. Stable. What do you think? Like the MBL approach would be to build a forward siege work now in Mihai's position.
MBL approach to lose the king, bro. Respectfully. Maybe too soon. Maybe too soon.
Maybe too soon. Just maybe.
Yeah, I think forward siege workshop forward monster is not too bad. That's fair. I don't think it's a bad play. I think you can definitely go for that. Maybe JorDan's worried about that as well. He goes for the tower. That one feels a bit weird as well.
Well, needs to somehow protect his gold, right? Feels like the feudal age skirm won't do the job, and it's probably the right call. 2 villagers down as well. Nice moves by Mihai. Forces some more villager movement. Gets a 3rd villager. Those crossbows are paying off. Holy moly.
Oh my god. And see, this is why poles aren't good.
Because crossbows kill villagers.
Exactly. Oh, he's gonna force it down. Another one down. Oh my god. 6 fills down on that tower. And now we might see the knight switch from Mihai paying off big time. Like, knights can actually help you break in. And I think he's on 1 stable. I wouldn't mind seeing a double stable as well.
Sold all his stones, so will we want to see play? Neither player with a wheelbarrow, so villager count is somewhat representative. But JorDan's still 2 minutes away. The top is not fully walled, and JorDan is now out of stone. Needs to collect some more, get some gold this way. But like, what is his transition? Does he think, oh, maybe his plan was to get like 3 gold stone spots, 4 stone spots in his base, and mess with Schlachter Knights?
That's crazy though. Like, staying in your base that long, nothing goes wrong. We lose the water, but it doesn't matter. That's like a very ambitious plan, right? There's like 20 minutes before that can even happen. There's no way. I feel like there's no way JorDan expects to get to that spot. Like, this feels really weird. I'd be surprised to see that.
If you are now in Mihai's position, you have 3 knights, your dozen of crossbows. Where's your point of attack? Where are you trying to break in?
So I would be on 2 stable knights here, 100%, and I'd just break the stable straight up. Break the stable or break the range. And it's so hard if you just break in the stable with the knights and the archers behind preventing walls, hitting farms. It's so hard to defend that. You need literally like monk siege and a unit to deal with that. But I don't like what he's doing of just, he's kind of in the middle of both things right now. Like, he's kind of, he's going like few knights, couple camels, but he sees the elite skirm. It should just be pure knight, 2 stable. And he's also not adding a second TC. I don't like how in between Mihai is right now.
Also not caring about the gold at all, right? I think this should be him being at 3 TC behind this already.
Not 3 TC with Persian, that's unnecessary, but maybe a second TC or at least a lumber camp on the wood. You can't make the TC there anymore, so. I don't mind the aggression, right? But Feels like it's playing into JorDan's elite skirm here, especially with camos coming out.
JorDan does a really good job. That is crazy how well JorDan defended that he didn't lose more villagers and actually gets the blacksmith up. That is really solid.
Yeah, JorDan just so good in this spot. Like, gonna go for the 30C. Like, JorDan could actually come back here. If Mihai is not careful, we should see a forward siege here if he wants to continue pressuring. He's going for a second stable now. The mix of knight and camo doesn't make sense. He's mixing it up too much.
Rushes it with 4 villagers while being housed. Like, the prioritization in this macro is
JorDan's on
questionable.
fletching skirms. Like, if Mihai forward siege push, he breaks in. If Mihai goes for economy, he's going to be ahead. Handcart coming in now.
Yeah, like,
That's
actually,
weird
like,
one.
the last 4 minutes were the best outcome JorDan could have hoped for.
Yeah. Gives them time to now add some full works. And Poles aren't really reliant on gold, by the way. They get a little kickback off of that stone. So JorDan not having any gold here isn't necessarily hurting him. It might come a little bit, it'll become a bit problematic later, but it's not the worst thing early on.
Still on gold. Has the other gold further to the left-hand side. Maybe heavily going
goes
for
for TC.
stone right now. And yeah, it is the TC now towards the wood line. And JorDan actually with the villager lead. How is that a thing?
Ooh, Mihai, the camels don't make any sense here. If you're up against elite skirm, it should be pure knight, right?
Maybe he was so scared. Felt like JorDan, the only option is that he goes for knights. Bit of autopilot. Picks up the relics behind it. That's something I like. We'll get most likely all 4 even.
If Mihai was on pure knight, he could just tank the skirms, right? It's the camels that take damage. Knights are taking exactly 1 damage from those fletching skirmishers. So it's the kind of situation where like Mihai's wanting to put pressure, but then doing it in the wrong way. Now he's gonna go 3TC. I feel like he just gave time for JorDan to catch up in builds. Now wants to play boom again.
No.
Doesn't exactly make sense. The only advantage I can see Mihai getting out of this is the fact that he's got map control lets him potentially cut to the gold first.
And
But
again,
JorDan's got a 4TC, just continuing to boom.
JorDan moves out. Would have loved to see Mihai build some outposts at the side. And yeah, that's why, for example, MBL is so good on such maps, right? He is not really allowing people to have the time to make a comeback like JorDan is doing right now.
100%. Bloodline, like have. Mihai's continuing to commit into the cavalry here. I don't think it's a bad choice, but he needs to be more active. If you're going to go for the cavalry, definitely do not let JorDan expand here. I do like Mihai's army on the left side. Kind of watching out there. And he's going for relics. So he's doing some things right. It's not like it's all bad or anything like that. I just feel like he kind of let JorDan a little off the hook there.
And JorDan is now adding a barracks. If you go full spear skirm, it's not the worst thing to not have a lot of gold control. And that's the 4th forework. JorDan is setting himself up nicely.
Yep. Pikeman coming in. Pikeman don't scale too well with poles, but scaling isn't what he's concerned about right now. He wants to get back some map, maybe drop a castle, because he's mining a lot of stone. It could be a forward castle as well, depending on how the fights go. I feel like Mihai... I feel like the lack of experience has really hurt him this game. There are like a lot of basic things that he could have done a lot better. And I think it's the kind of thing where like the more you play, the more you just recognize the patterns. Like seeing elite skirm, we're not on camels. Seeing full defense, we might decide to siege to push or town center earlier. Little things like that would set him so far ahead this game because I think his opening was fantastic, right?
Yeah. It feels a bit like autopilot and lack of scouting. A bit like in game 2. Right, where he had the map control, he was out there, had lots of things going for himself, but then allowed... Oh, it didn't really punish JorDan for the greed.
Yeah, JorDan's taking full advantage of this economy situation. Commits with that monk. Ooh, new patch. Monks do not instant convert anymore.
Not the quick ones, at least. Oh, he could get in with the army if JorDan was to run to the other side. But villagers? Oh, not all of them can fit into the town center. Gate is open.
Go in.
Bloodline's coming in.
Go back.
Second armor. Yeah, I think you're wasting your army if you go in.
Yeah. And he does see the pikes, so this is actually a job well done. Go back, heal. We know there's pikes on the field now, so maybe we can prepare elite skirm. Maybe siege.
It's funny how yesterday someone asked me on stream, "Oh, Nilly, look at all this open space. Isn't this really good for pulls?" And I said, you will never get to the situation where you can freely farm the corners of the map.
And now, despite like all the things that could have went differently, that guy's gonna come back and say, "I told you so."
Yeah.
Pulls were good here.
I'm getting clipped. Like someone's already preparing a Discord message.
Pikeman transition from Mihai.
Oh,
What?
baby.
That can't be right.
Yeah. Maybe you should go Persian longswords, maybe?
Would like it more than the pikeman. That feels really strange. There's already shrimps on it. I'm actually confused because, like, I guess he's preparing. Yeah, I guess he's preparing for the pole cav. But it feels like he's fighting a phantom here. He's preparing for things that aren't on the field. We have 3 relics. We're not scared of pole cavalry here. We have camels to begin.
Indeed, feels very off, Mihai.
The pikes do not feel like.
Also, it feels like Scorpion might have been better than the Mangle here. Just more guaranteed damage. Dives. Can he get another shot off? Feels like he's a bit too slow with the Mangle. Shoots his own pikeman. Dodges that shot though. And JorDan gets into reasonable control and is now actually chopping the woodline. Something I would have never expected to happen.
Yeah. And this is like, think about the players for a second. This is where JorDan pulls ahead drastically from Mihai. Mihai, 1500 wood. He clearly has, not the most comfortable time playing the boom game, in my opinion. Whereas JorDan, spending most resources, he's floating, stone and gold, but that's natural with pulls. I just feel like JorDan is a better player from the setup.
Mm-hmm. And this also has to give you so much confidence here, JorDan. He knew how dead he was. I honestly feel like after losing those 6 wilds, in another tournament, in some other settings, some people could have thought about resigning there.
Resigning, yeah.
But JorDan's stuck in there and is all of a sudden 25 population ahead.
Mihai's not trying to go imp, but like... Okay, I mean, it's not bad to go imp. It's a good thing, but it doesn't exactly get us a whole lot. And I think he's opening space for JorDan to go maybe all-in castle or maybe a forward castle as well. Mihai's not going for a castle on the other side. The best thing Mihai's done is 4 relics. I think that's, even though there's a lot of gold, I think 4 relics is a big advantage. It's obviously that perma, trickle of gold. Sometimes you get forced off the gold in this map. I've practiced it a bunch of times, and having the relics is definitely a good backup plan. So if you can just end up on something like Paladin or Savar Halb, hand cannoneer, just full gold comp here with the 4 relics, I can get behind that.
And how much of your training games were against poles on this map?
0. Yeah.
Oh, surprise.
JorDan, I didn't think of it like
crazy.
Like that smart guy in the chat. Sorry. Yeah, I think he might go for the forward castle to capitalize on that crazy army because like the pikes and scrums are really strong right now.
Yeah. Some light cap in there as well. Could maybe threaten the Mangonels a bit. Castle just on the hill. Counter castle by Mihai. And the rush to imp will obviously go in favor of the Persian player that had the map control. Now the Mangonel shots against the pikeman. Quite okay. Mangonel being saved in the back. Light cap are trying to jump for the skirmishes in the back here of JorDan. But it feels like enough pikemen are around for the defense. Castle will go up. Both are bleeding a bit. But not the most decisive fight, I believe.
And JorDan snags a hill there, just a random one-tile hill. That castle is actually going to buy him a lot of time, I believe. Mangonels go down. JorDan loved that trade. Mihai, in my opinion, still has a much better position. But he's gotta kind of get his ducks in a row here. Like, what's exactly the plan? I'm not really quite sure what he's going to go for.
Traps first, and then... Technically, the thing is, like, we had this similar scenario in game 1, right? One player taken away from gold, and the other player then can decide, okay, what do I go for? But Persians, they can't go champions. They can't even go to an assortment.
Yeah, I think Savar is natural, right? Like, Savar destroys pulls, in theory. They don't have halbs. The cheap Cavalier might be okay, but if you go Savar Halb, that's not too bad.
Where are all the villagers of...
super strong.
Where are all the villagers of Mihai? Didn't he have like 20 villagers building that castle? Why is not a single villager on gold there?
Yeah, that feels really strange. I'm also not sure. I was looking at that earlier. He is taking Savar, like... Where's the worker efficiency on Mihai? It has to be like, yeah, it's 50% right now, because he's getting rated a lot on the right-hand side. This just has to be nervous at this point, because he played so well in the early game, but now it seems like he's just falling apart to what JorDan's throwing at him.
Oh, man. Not a lot of pikemen there to protect the right side. Ballistics is now coming in. Only 2 villagers on gold makes me really sad. He has access, like he could have like 10, 12 villagers working there.
Yeah. Like I said, thank God for the relics. Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about here. You just get forced off gold. In this case, it's by his own mistake, but the relics are kind of carrying him, getting that a little bit of gold income that he might need. Again, always the cute things, like Mihai's gonna wall in his trebs, but like, would like to see the basics, fix all the idols, you know, deal with the raids in our base. That kind of stuff is much more important than walling in the trebs versus Castlage army.
Yeah, no great protection against the raid at the bottom. JorDan so active again with his light calves. Absolutely have to love it. And like JorDan was so behind with the early villager kills, but he killed 17 villagers in the time Mihai killed 3. And rising.
Yeah, yeah. Pass on the right hand side for Mihai. Like have raiding with impunity. I mean, nothing's gonna stop them. Some quick walls though. That's decent. There's still a lot to raid though.
Can't afford Halberdier. Solid economy overall. 50 on food, 50 on wood, 64 farmers. So if we get everything rolling.
Yeah. It's still good. He just has to get things like set up. Like, look at JorDan's base. Everything looks clean and orderly. But when I go to Mihai's base, everything's everywhere. There's idle villas, there's 4 villas on farms. You know, villas just dying left and right. He just has to get things set up.
It's 20 idols right now, 150 vills and more in the queue. Feels like he doesn't have the resources, but just needs to set everything up properly. Market prices won't be too pretty. Walden Trap won't really help him. Lightcav dove there. And JorDan is continuing to repair that castle. 2 traps shooting for quite some time. But the protection isn't there. Maybe JorDan can even hold this castle. It would be crazy.
This is wild. I feel like I still prefer Mihai's position.
Comes for the trap again. This time, nice defense by Mihai. JorDan, 20 population behind. Only light cav tech. JorDan techs into chemistry. Is there a chance to get a bombard cannon out for him? Yes, he has one in the queue.
And both players get bomber cannon. Siege engineer in favor of poles. So like late game siege, poles definitely pulling ahead. But I don't think it's about late game siege. I think JorDan has no gold control, by the way, right now. He's chopped through on the top, but there's like space for 3 vills there. And although poles are good without gold, Persians with gold are definitely better than poles without gold. And I think if we get to a situation where we get a sizable amount of Cavalier, which I'm only seeing like 3 or 4 here, sizable amount of Cavalier with Halb, nothing stops that without gold, right?
Oh, bombard cannon pops. 2 Cavaliers instantly jumping, but he pulls them back. He was so close. What happened there?
I think he could have committed. I think he choked because the light cav on his trebs. He wanted to focus on that first. Now he's going to go back in for the cannon. There's 3 Cavalier. He could make it happen, but he's not as close as he was last time. Does not feel as tight. Oh man, I told you that castle on the hill, I knew it was going to buy so much time. I saw it coming. And this is exactly what JorDan likes to do here. Just kind of play the positional game. Bomber cannon's getting so much value here. And like, imagine if Mihai just didn't treb. Like, why are we even trebbing that castle? Just don't treb. Just focus on getting the Cavalier. We can get some raids in. We don't actually need to fight that castle.
And block the golds off, right? And then he knows that JorDan can never get to traps, can never get to bombard cannons. And then you can mass up and suddenly pop with 4 traps and kill the castle instantly.
We're just forcing ourselves in this treb war. It's kind of meaningless. It's a meaningless treb war here.
Mihai, does Mihai have chemistry? He does not.
Ooh.
If he got chemistry, he could actually add a cannon galleon in the pawn. That could help out against the traps quite nicely.
One of those cute things that Mihai would probably go for.
I think we saw Persian cannon galleon in another qualifier game. I didn't cast it, but chat went wild.
Mihai has double gold control. And 4 relics. I still prefer his position. He's just playing into JorDan's game. Send those 10 Cavalier into JorDan's base. Do something weird. Mix it up. We've got the Halbs at home. This is a good position if Mihai can just stop fighting JorDan exactly where JorDan wants him to fight.
2 traps idle by Mihai right now. Has masonry, but nothing else. Halberdier losses there against the bombard cannons.
And poles are the raidable civ. I mean, look at JorDan's wide open. He's not even defending himself against raids. If Mihai was just raiding him constantly, oh, don't hit the farms. Oh,
stand
my
ground.
lord. I mean,
hurts.
at this point, what else can go wrong? I feel like, you know.
Mihai putting so much attention on... Oh, but that castle did some work. 68 kills. Okay, but, well, it also cost 2,000 stone by now, right?
And it costs like 6 traps. Like that castle position is a graveyard as well. Now we're running in for the siege with the Cavalier. No last armor on those calves, by the way, so they're not exactly the tankiest, but the Halbs are patrolling in as well. We're gonna go for the bomber cannon. Mihai's gonna get it. This feels like the first coordinated attack between the Halberdier and the Cavalier. It's the first time they're working together on a project here, and it's looking decent.
Yeah, but Cavalier project is over. That's why they were chilling there for quite some time. And the last trap, job not finished, was not on the work description.
Yeah, that felt like a job halfway done here. I think Mihai still with a lot of idols. Again, the gold is pouring in, and we could afford a lot more Cavalier. We could afford a lot of bomber cans. Chemistry could be coming in. There's so many things we can go for. I think Mihai, his own bottle cap or bottleneck is himself. JorDan, everyone is repairing that castle. 32 vills.
And he loves to take more stone on the outside, right? And Mihai should know how, like, we don't have single Cavaliers raiding the stone on the outside is completely inexcusable. He should know, wow, you have to be massively on stone, and it's impossible that you have proper protection everywhere.
Yeah, bro, it's Pole's Farms. Everyone knows Pole's Farms. It's free real estate, guys. You just send your units in, you kill the vills.
We had some raids,
It's the
but...
most raidable civ.
But JorDan, he's the one sitting close to 60 killed units, killed villagers.
That castle's at 92, by the way.
Well, let's see how much longer we can hold it. Is there maybe a chance to switch a bit into killing the traps instead of trying to kill the castle?
Yeah, I think you should stop hitting that castle. It's on hill with masonry. I think Mihai losing this castle might be the best thing that can happen to him. Just lose the castle, give this position. We still have our gold. It's not even a problem. The gold bills aren't working because we're not looking at them. Things are going wrong that have nothing to do with JorDan right now, in my opinion. Mihai just needs to fix his base. Good kill on the trebs there, though. JorDan maybe...
One bombard cannon down? I think he might save it.
Yep.
Mihai might save the castle.
Oh my god. That's brutal.
Oh, that's good for him.
I'm not sure if it's good, man. I hate that castle right now. It's cost us so much.
I appreciate a building with the 100 kills. I have to love it.
Oh
but yeah, that's a 3,000 stone castle by now. Or more like 2,000 stone, 2,000 gold.
And like 6 traps, yeah. I mean, that's... Yeah, I think Mihai still in a good position. 150 vills. Remember, the 4 relics taken away. JorDan got himself in a better position, though, over the last few minutes. He's now mining stone... gold on the left-hand side. Still doesn't have gold access on the right, though. And it's like you said, look at the stone on the left, the farms on the right. Mihai has to be raiding these.
It just felt like every single unit that he built needed to be invested there. Now he takes into Savar. How much better are they than paladins?
They're crazy against archers. I don't know how... Like, they're not that much better against melee units than paladin. They're about equal. But against range units, they're much better than the paladin. But obviously, in this case, compared to the Cavalier, they're going to be insane, right? So Savar going to be huge. Mihai has to kind of wait until he gets them, though.
By the way, we don't have citadels yet. Would have made the castle so much better, even.
Oh, can we remind the chat and me what citadels do?
Increases the strength of the castles. I think it shoots like bombard or hand cannon projectiles.
Yeah, bullets. I've never seen that in my life, actually. It's crazy.
62 kills on the castle for JorDan.
115 for Mihai. These are veterans. These castles. We've been looking at these castles for 30 minutes now.
Yeah.
Finally, now we see the raids on the left-hand side. JorDan got a little greedy. He skipped the stone mine. He got a little greedy there.
Yeah, one too far. Look at the amount of mining camps he built this game. Oh my man. God. JorDan sits at
I will say,
13 mining camps.
I was critical of Mihai's raids, but he's kept a few halbs sitting around the gold of JorDan on the right side. I think that's a good move, kind of just, you know, watching out. And look at the gold on the left-hand side for JorDan. This is not pretty.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy, traffic jam. No hand card. Oh, that hurts.
Ooh, something that Mihai got early castle age as well.
And bombard cannons. Those are tough to replace now. Although JorDan has a reasonable amount, but that was a nice snipe. And now we have Savartek. That should be a good sign for Mihai. And JorDan does not want to face those. Took us 30 minutes longer than we expected, but Mihai got there. But JorDan showed quite some fighting spirit here. Holy moly. That was a really entertaining game, and we really saw the class of both players.
Wow, that was brutal. I mean, like, great game from both. You know, I don't want to be too critical of Mihai, guys. You know, I think a lot of things went wrong for him. Could have definitely played better in some ways, but let's not forget how sharp he played early game, and he still managed to make the win happen in the late game as well. Tech down to the right units after all. You know, pikes were a bit strange, but maybe he was leading up to the halberdier play, which definitely did make sense. JorDan got a pretty decent game out of Poles here, though, Nilly. Wouldn't you agree?
Nope.
No?
No. I think he just got so much time that he should not have been given. A Siege Workshop would have finished JorDan off. I think if Mihai goes double or triple TC, he finished JorDan off. He simply went to mass army in Castle Age with like Camel Knight, Crossbow, Monks, while JorDan was sitting on 8 fletching skirms and 3 TCs.
Yeah.
So
and despite all the time he got, it still like wasn't really enough. Also, he didn't really play the middle because he was stuck pole farming.
I am still not convinced of Poles here. I think they're bottom 10 for me. What can I say? Maybe I'm not a believer.
I kind of agree with you. I think this is like best case scenario, and it was still a loss, right? 2-1. Mihai needs 2 losses before he gets going, though. This is like the power spike.
JorDan Mihai. Next map will be Shoals, the most misleading mini-map we have in the tournament.
The pure land map with water in the center, or what?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, I think the land plays a huge role. I actually really like Shoals, aside from the fact that it's sometimes playing to like super long games. But I think as a map, my criteria of a good water map is one that land is better than water. And I think Shoals does a good job of doing that.
Yeah. I think this is a complete debate that it's a water map. I think water is only getting important once we have the chance to get for Cannon Galleons or Drommonds.
Yeah. Early game, like we're not going to see the standard 3-dock rush. We're not going to see, like fire ship demo. It's going to be mainly like a little bit of water, maybe one player, maybe a little bit from both. But overall, it'll be, mainly some sort of land fights that dictate the map control early.
Yeah, I think so as well, and I think like people might go for some sneaky archer range play. I think we have seen it. Mihai, didn't he play that one before? I think I've seen one Mongol game where someone tried to go for sneaky archer range, but except that, we have mainly seen people simply go for fast cast or triple TC and play strong late game civilizations.
Yeah. I think that's the correct approach. That's definitely the safest approach. Bohemian Saracens here. Let's go. Mihai 06 just subbed to your stream. I wonder who's sharing for.
Okay.
Not that guy.
Okay, nice. Do you think we should always give the full player name? Or should we just make shorter versions? Like, should we always say Mihai 06 is now building knights?
No. Shorter versions for sure. Mihai 06 would go crazy. Maybe in like a really hype moment. And like JorDan getting a reverse sweep by Mihai 06. You know, like a huge moment at the end.
After beating MBL AOC yesterday. The MBL AOC. My bad.
Yeah, that would be wild. Bohemians here seem to be quite a popular pick. I mean, how have they been succeeding so far in the qualifiers? I haven't been following too much.
I think I've seen Bohemian once. We can look at the full statistics, while obviously Dark Age is relatively slow here. In Qualifier 1, Bohemians 6 out of 8 wins. So crazy performance from Bohemians. And the second one, 5 out of 9 wins. So one of the best performing civs overall. But obviously we have Arena Fortified Clearing in the map pool as well.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I mean, they seem, if you analyze the civs here, feels like Bohemians really solid when it comes to gold control and land play. Hoofneats are actually decent against even some ships. They're great against anything on land, great at pushing buildings. Halbskirm, Handcannon, usually going to be their main comp to defend the Hoofneats. And on water, I think they get a decent tech tree as well. They get by on water.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if we see too many hand cannoneers against Saracens necessarily, right? It might just be full Harbor the Hofnitzer and JorDan. I'm not sure how much he loves the Hussite Wagon. I think they might be one of the most overrated unit civilizations we have right now. I think they're strong, but people think they are completely broken still.
They did get a nerf recently, so maybe, but I think they are like in the right situation. They're unfair in my opinion because against civs without redemption, and if you can get like a faster castle with a forward castle, I think there's no stopping Hussite Wagon. Honestly, it's obviously not like a scaling late game powerhouse. It's not bad in late game, and against redemption civs, it's pretty useless. But I think in the right scenario, it's useful. In this game, probably not going to see it though because Saracens have redemption.
But how many civs do have redemption? Isn't it like 35 out of 45?
I think viable redemption civs that also have sanctity and a reasonable time getting there, it might be close to like 28 to 30 though.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, like, you have to keep in mind, it's not just redemption monks you need, it's redemption monks while having something to support it. Because if you just go redemption monks only, if the Bohemian player has like light cav on the field or monks of his own going atonements and you don't have atonements, it's also another problem. But I mean, this is all talk for another game, because in this game I think Bohemians play towards their other strengths anyways.
Well, I'm actually not ruling out that we see some Hussite Wagons, right? And we will see where the second, third town center is going to be built. Wouldn't feel unlikely. I see a really nice TC spot here, next to 2 wood lines and the stone that JorDan could go for that.
Yeah, I would like that. I would like that TC regardless, actually. Yeah, it feels like we're trending towards a 3 TCE kind of game though, because JorDan and Mihai both FCing here. It makes sense to FC, guys. This isn't your average water map. It's worth mentioning why it's not. There's no deep sea fish. Storefish is also very far from the dock, so not really much to play for economy-wise. And both players start with a sea tower that has murder holes teched in from the start, meaning water aggression early game, not really very powerful.
And I'm actually a bit surprised how much walling is happening on this map. Because, like, when was the last time we saw someone go for feudal age aggression? Especially if we think Saracens, Bohemians. And still people go for all the palisade walls. Can't you be greedier than that?
You can. I think it's JorDan would never skip out on walling, 100%. And I think Mihai is just there's too much at stake to risk it. Look, he's even rushing it down. Like, he wants nothing to go wrong, you know?
Sick.
I don't mind that, though. Like, I agree we can be a bit more greedy. I probably would like to skip loom or something like that, like do something to get ahead.
I'm always taking the side deer, for example. I'm always sending 3-4 villagers out to get the deer at the side, and I'm very rarely getting punished on this map.
Bro, you're getting punished by yourself though. You're gonna make a mill there?
Yeah, I'm getting a mill there, and for the second spot, I'm building the town center.
No, I actually like that. Yeah. But you can use those 4 villas, take the deer, and then make a TC with them. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I thought you were walking back. I was like, that's not worth it. But yeah, with the mill, I can definitely see it.
Saved myself.
Again, it's just the stakes, right? Like, a lot of players in general are incentivized to play really safe, by the way, because in tournaments, like, you have a home map. On your home map, like, JorDan doesn't want to take any risk because he has a plan. This is his first pick. He doesn't want to lose to getting 4-bill sniped, right? So maybe Mihai can take some risk, maybe, but I don't think JorDan is incentivized to take risks here.
Mihai actually runs away. Didn't want to take the fight. Didn't want to trade off hits even. So he's down 2 hits right now. But we'll obviously make it to the town center. JorDan will see everything. But with those uptimes, it's kind of known what both players are going for. JorDan actually opened a barracks. So might be a stable behind it.
Yeah, there's extra relics on this map, right? I think there's 6 relics.
I would go as wild and say 7.
7 relics, yeah, okay, I see 7 relics here. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that plays a small role. Relics aren't that big on this map because there is that extra gold. But I mean, same logic as the last game. I feel like you still have, you know, the chance to get pushed off gold. Having the relics helps you. It's consistent.
Ooh, just got another ticket board for the raffle. I don't know if you know it, but we have like, for everyone who donates $201, they will enter it in a raffle, and the winner of the raffle will join us at NAC and be in the apartment.
Wow, that's really cool.
And we just sold another one of those.
How many
The drawing will be tonight. Well, if we have 50 people, it's 1 ticket. If we have 51 people, it's 2 tickets.
Wow. And right now we're at how much?
Like 12, 13. So the odds are really good right now.
Yeah, yeah. I might buy MBL a ticket. Get them there after all.
Oh, it's so pitiful. Oh, it's so...
I only do this because I love MBL.
Christmas present.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brutal.
I think he wouldn't show up even if he won. To be honest, I think it would hurt him too much.
You know that after he won his round of 24, he was already discussing with me like how he gets paid, and if I would pay his travel if he came by
there.
truck.
I know,
but that's so bad. It's so bad.
Yeah, but I don't even mind like that he was early planning that. I just don't understand why you would drive. You're a European. Take the advantage. No jet lag. 1 hour flights. I'm busting my ass 12 hours minimum, maybe 14-hour flights.
Calm down. ACCM is 27 into 24 hours.
Yeah, ACCM. He comes there always like just high on energy drinks, like just trying to stay awake, playing the first set. Like that guy's a true warrior, honestly.
Yeah. Also, by the way, I wanted to book flights with Mr. Yo, and he said, "Nah, I can do it on my own." And I was like, "Are you sure? We can do it together." No, I'm fine. Well, now he arrives 2 days early. So he will be there on Wednesday instead of Friday like all the others.
So, dude, just get him a PC with League of Legends. You won't even know he's there. I promise you.
Yeah.
Okay, some Fire Galley, back to the game here. Some Fire Galley action from Mihai. He actually tacked into the Fire Ship tech, and he's going to go ahead and kill the tower just underneath it, by the way. Very interesting. Yeah, I guess the tower's not very strong against Castle Age units. So he will win the water. Very nice.
Yeah, and, well, JorDan, no fires then. Our fishing ships, and Mihai even adds more. We'll go at least to up to 8, and that will be quite nice. Obviously, not the craziest amount of village, like resources that are coming in, but the boom is really smooth then all of a sudden.
JorDan lost a spear to the crocodile on the right side and might lose a vill. It's close. Okay, he saved it. That's actually a decent like situation though. Losing a spear for free, they're not amazing. And JorDan's not taking to War Galley himself. He wants to reclaim the water or what here?
That feels so off. Like, now you're investing into something. Maybe he just wants to use his too, but it's spotted as well. Oh, this feels so wrong. Like, the opponent already tagged into War Galley and built 5 of them. And now you want to invest the resources after it and build the same amounts while they still have the defensive tower as well? Nearly no
like fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. The math just doesn't check out. And I think, like, the only way is if he gets a surprise factor. Mihai spotted it right away. Let's see. Maybe Mihai undercommits here. No, loses 1. Even losing 2 fish is understandable here. Definitely not the end of the world. I think Mihai pulling ahead in an economy here. 3 TCs with 2 docks spamming fishers. And yeah, it's not the most efficient. It is shorefish, but shorefish is still not too bad.
Second farm upgrade even here. Oh, that's interesting. Delayed most of the farms. He built 2 farms before heavy plow. Well, he won't get any wood problems in Earlium, which the other players might get into.
Yeah, I actually like heavy plow here in a pure boom game. Actually, Mihai's been doing a really good job with his eco upgrades all series here.
Yeah, true.
He's got wood upgrade, horse collar, heavy plow. JorDan's still on the tier 1 upgrades here.
JorDan got 7 fishing ship kills though, so it paid off way more than I would have expected.
Yeah. I still don't think it's 100% worth though, but yeah, it did pay off a bit more than it was expected. And I guess he could use the monks to keep his dock alive forever, right, JorDan? What Mihai should do is just patrol that one area where the dock is. Ooh, he went right past that one.
And JorDan might be in again. Could be another kill. And all of a sudden, Mihai's advantage isn't that big anymore. It's only 2 builds ahead. 4 eco upgrades against 2. Neither player with wheelbarrow. JorDan with 1 relic. And JorDan also has the speed upgrade out of the monastery.
How good is that speed upgrade? People were telling me it's not that good. I usually think it's amazing, but I don't think the math is actually that strong on it.
Well, I think longer walking distance, the more it benefits you, right? So I would assume it only works mainly for farmers. I don't think it will do a lot for you for wood. Let me think. It's 15% faster walking, right? Walking.
Yeah, walking, yeah.
And Berbers have 10% faster movement, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, I think their farms are 4% better. So it should be like 6% better farms after you get the upgrade.
Not bad. No, it's not, yeah, it's definitely worth getting in that regard.
Yeah.
JorDan making use of the forward villas and sending them forward as well here. For a castle. That castle is interesting because that castle isn't just saying I'm going to control this gold. It's I'm going to control this gold and potentially launch a push on your base. But the downside of this castle is that it's in range of cannon galleons, which is a problem if Mihai gets control of the water, which he currently has.
What are we doing against the Hussite wagons? I'm thinking Mihai not having any villagers on gold right now. Goes for the siege workshop. JorDan will have quite nice control there. Huh.
I think you just go redemption though. I think it's fine.
Well, he doesn't have any villagers on gold. Will be quite costly.
But he's Saracens. Every villager is a villager on gold in the market. Trust me, you can really get the gold in the blink of an eye here. I do like that JorDan stepped up his eco upgrade game, picked up wheelbarrow and bowsaw here.
Left hand side. Sending the spearman over. Villager saved itself. And JorDan doesn't really know that this is happening right now. The TC barely out of line of sight.
I like that DC from Mihai. I feel like his approach has been more consistent than what JorDan's went for. I feel like JorDan took a lot more risks and might have like a bit of a push going. But I think Mihai is just a solid position overall. As long as no mistakes are made, I like his position.
Ooh, just a demo snuck in. Got 3 fishing ships. Not a bad spot for JorDan. I think he did a reasonable job of keeping the fishing ship count down. Now we're down to 0. Wow. Killed 15 fishing ships.
I think that was actually worth it after all. Oh, also Mangonels. After the new patch, they're actually 2-shotting those sight wagons, by the way. Before they survived with like 1 HP or something stupid. Ooh,
Okay.
2 for free. So maybe you don't even need redemption monks here. Maybe just 1 Mangonel is important. It is a bit of a choke point as well. Like it's hard to push into Mihai's base here.
And maybe, just maybe, Hazard wagons are overrated right now?
Yeah, I could get behind you on that, like honestly, especially after the nerf. I could get behind you on that. They did lose the damage and some HP here, but I don't know. I still think in the right situation, it's definitely not a bad unit.
Look at how much they achieved so far.
I mean, this is like the worst case for Hussein Wagon. Remember, it's a low economy unit. It's like a early castle age, very messy game unit. It has to be the right situation, or else obviously the unit will look really poorly, or perform really poorly.
Okay, so better imp timing for JorDan, and he will maybe just control both of the goals, right? Right hand side guaranteed for him, and left hand side earlier imp. Could prepare chemistry next. And how is Mihai contesting the left hand side? He kind of has to play double castle into mass repair.
Mihai should not try board. Mihai should cannon galleon here.
Oh,
He should just sit in his base, cannon galleon, clear the whole shore, and then like some like light cab open just to raid, and then put pressure on the gold and get it. It's tight because you have 1 chance to get gold after that, but you're basically clearing multiple castles from the shore and taking away JorDan's relics and harassing his entire base if you go cannon galleon with a few galleons early imp here.
And you said Bohemians had a reasonable dock tag. What does that mean?
I have to take a look at it here.
I'm
So
checking
check.
it with you as well. Bohemian dock. Looks like we are
Galleon.
looking-
That's it actually.
No shipwright. No heavy demo, no fast fires, but heavy lead cannon galleons. So this sounds really underwhelming for Bohemians. One of the bottom end on the tech trees there.
Yeah, not as reasonable as I thought, actually. Just Galleon is pretty... I mean, it gets you by in the right situation, but yeah, it's definitely easy to play against. Redemption's in, though.
Not against Saracen Galleon.
Yeah. That faster firing is very nice. Good walls from...
Ooh, Mangnol converted at the right side. Mangnol traded off, though. That was really important for Mihai.
Mihai still has more builds. His position is harder to play, though. Now we see a second castle from JorDan. Again, we need the Cannon Galleon here. Because Cannon Galleon is going to be the only thing that, like... But you can't clear this if you go into a trap war. You're going to lose it.
But still, out of gold, right? So, like, he needs to sell, buy all the time. He needs to get chemistry, then needs to sell again to get the Cannon Galleons. It's just so much work to get there.
And you need a few Galleons to protect them. Yeah. I mean, it's not pretty, but keep in mind, this is JorDan's first pick, JorDan's home map, right? So, something that even gives us 10% chance to win is worth taking here. JorDan taking really good advantage of the Bohemian mining bonus, by the way. He went to 100 vills, like 80 vills, then Imp, right? Instead of like the 140 with like a strong cap sieve on a standard map. This is more about getting the map position, going heavy on stone and gold with the Bohemians. You know, it makes a lot of sense. And now taking advantage of that.
And obviously, if you have 4 relics, you can go there a bit later as well. A bit earlier, because that boosts your economy quite nicely. Now more traps from the right-hand side, more traps left-hand side. And Mihai is struggling so much, and that gold position just really hurts him. If he had the 1600 extra gold to work with, I could see him getting strong enough of a fleet.
Let's see. Halb tech now coming in for JorDan. Halbs are actually reasonable against ships, by the way. So if you're just spamming halbs and they somehow touch the ships on the shore, it's actually pretty good.
Especially Bohemians should be crazy, right?
Yeah.
Shouldn't they do like 50, 60 damage per hit then?
Yeah, it's something crazy like that. I don't even know why that's still in the game. It feels a bit weird, but you know, it is one of those interactions you have to keep in mind.
More outposts here, right hand side. The chokehold just feels so strong. If JorDan, like, if this was Oasis, JorDan is playing it a bit like Oasis, just like pushing right hand side, pushing left hand side, and getting so much control. The question is, if he needs to contest water, it will be tricky for him though, and I think Uvnitsa will do good enough against the Cannon Galleons as well.
I feel like Mihai's doing the right things, but Cannon Galleons have to be here right now. Okay, he's like 1 minute slow on them. It's not the end of the world, but I think he's doing the right things. Like if this fails, nothing else would have worked anyway, in my opinion. Give himself the best chance here.
Can pressure the monastery a bit, but obviously JorDan can easily run with those. And where do you send the first Cannon Galleons? Take out the castle to the right?
Right side, for sure. Right side, you can step some of the trebs as well. You need to alleviate some pressure there, because left side, JorDan's got 2 castles. He can have that one. And we just play for the right side here. Take the gold back. It should be pretty easy. Like, that castle is the only thing JorDan has that's really preventing Mihai from running through. Halbs are not really a thing. Doesn't really have a backup there. So the game is close, but it's just a hard game for Mihai to play. Look how tight his base is. And the side wagons are more annoying than good here.
And Omega House again. Look at that. He's trying to build 4, 5 now. Okay, no, he's getting 2 proper numbers, yeah. So that he won't have to replace them pretty soon.
So much going on. And JorDan's kind of playing a hard game too, because he's kind of all over the place as well. 3 castles on the left though. Isn't it a bit overkill?
3 castles on the left. Maybe he feels that's the only way how to lose the game. That suddenly a massive like Hussar ram push or like 4 traps are coming in and trying to clear this. Just tries to buy himself more time. There is plenty of stone on this map.
Yep. After Mihai clears the right side, I really want to see him put the Cannon Galleon to proper use. Like, don't sit around with them. Send them in, snipe more buildings, maybe even take Elite Cannon Galleon. That tech is not too expensive, so it's reasonable. It gives them 15 range.
Population is even. Just feels like JorDan is pushing so much though. And I think if it was any civilization with a worse market, I think they already might have resigned. It's just like the Saracen bonus that they can still work without any gold control for so long.
This is huge. 2 bomber cannons down for JorDan. Those are not easy to replace. It doesn't matter if you have full gold control or not. It's the most expensive unit in the game. Resource-wise, it's going to be hard to replace those guys.
And Mihai, look at that. Food price is still very solid.
Yeah.
More than
And
100.
the cannon galleons will take away the relics from JorDan. Like, you get a lot of value from cannon galleon here. The thing is, like, Mihai needs to stop adding in galleon right now. Like, too much galleon at the moment. Like, you just needed a few galleon to get control of the shore. You don't need like 20. You need like more like 5 actually. And now he needs to switch to something on land, right? Arbalest would be really good. Probably needs the gold control before he can commit to Arbalest. For now, light cav is probably solid. Light cav bombard cannon.
Where is he getting the farms though? It's not pretty.
It's a hard style to play for sure. JorDan's walking in with the traps as well. Cannon galleon are going to be hitting JorDan at home. Oh, we can raid through the middle with the light cav. That's exactly what he's doing. That could be really good, actually.
But JorDan already preparing halberdiers.
Yeah.
Look at that. 8 halves ready. That's such nice anticipation.
Very smart, very smart.
I would like to see some bombard cannons now at the right side for Mihai, trying to address that trap halberdier push. Goes for the bombard cannon, but won't really do too much. But JorDan obviously already tacked into redemption, so that will be tricky.
Yeah, JorDan has so much economy right now as well. Look at the bank is just crazy. Bohemians with the double mining on both gold and stone. Feels like if you just give them a second, they feel so far ahead in terms of resources collected, and the ships are getting shredded by the halbs actually.
Yeah,
wow.
actually lost the cannon galleon.
Yeah.
Pretty brutal.
Such a random thing.
More raids at the left-hand side. JorDan just continues to push at the right-hand side. Just a methodical play. I'm really impressed by JorDan.
Yeah. JorDan is so good at this kind of stuff. Like, I really feel like he prioritized all the right steps in this game. Like, he got the right side first, then he went for the left side, then he pushed a bit more on the right side while holding the left side with 3 castles. It was like beautiful.
Mihai yesterday massively misclicked units to be trade cocks. He built like 6 trade cocks yesterday and didn't change the hotkey from yesterday to today. Again, another trade cock mixed in. And JorDan, look at that. He knows exactly what he wants to build. Purely halberdier, trap, monk, bombard cannon. On the other side, we just had 11 different kind of units on the field.
Including a trade cog, yeah. And it's like, it's easier game for JorDan now. Mihai's ships are kind of dying to halbs as well. Yeah, it does feel a bit awkward here when that's happening. Also, the cannon galleons, I feel like they're good, and they helped clear out a lot, but we needed an answer on the land as well to the halbs. It was tough for Mihai to get to all that. Bohemians are simply a faster civ than the Saracens.
Thing is, JorDan doesn't even have a dock that the trade cog could go for. Cannon galleon converted. Oh man.
I don't think that's Mihai's concern right now. not his first one, that's for sure. Imagine he's just looking for a dock. What can I use this trade cog?
Well, it would be a great gold generation for him. Okay.
Honestly, that would be the thing Mihai looks for. Like, I believe it. The cute stuff.
150 pop for him. JorDan sits at 200 and floating quite some resources. Oh man. What is that? Arson being tagged? Why do we have arson before Uvnitsa?
I don't know. Arson is like nice to have when your halves are just patrolling, but definitely not a priority.
Yeah, not a climactic ending here. JorDan just too much control, and now he has 3 match points to make it to NAC 5. Mihai, it just felt like he didn't really have the answers to Bohemians. The cast at the right-hand side gave him so much control, and it was just, I'm not sure if it was on purpose, the push by JorDan exactly into the gold spot, but Mihai excluding 2 tiles when you only have 4 out of his walls, I think might have already lost him the game.
Yeah.
Rough for Mihai here. JorDan looks really strong today. Knows exactly what he wants to go for. Obviously had a really intense week of training. Like went into deep training territory, right? He was like very focused and knew how much there was on the line and how much it means to him to qualify. Doesn't want to have the week there to sit at home and know that all his friends are somewhere else and very focused on playing Age of Empires on one of the biggest stages. So he made sure to be in the best shape that he could be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Will there be a replacement qualifier in case someone can't get a visa in time? Visa won't be an issue. There's not a single player that needs a visa. The only players that maybe would not have had ones are like Say My Name, Vivi, Jibbatong. But out of all the possible players, like visa won't be an issue. But technically, obviously, someone could still get sick and not make it. So yeah, we will do a replacement qualifier. I don't know the format yet. We will know that one pretty soon, and we'll have it run like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday during the day, something like that. But obviously,
will the replacement qualifier have prize pool or just for like as a backup?
That's just a backup, yeah.
Okay.
We obviously had prize pool in this tournament, so the loser of the set, for example, gets $435. The loser of the round of 12 gets $200. And you get multiple ones. So if you, like Dowd last time, got his round of 6 losing twice.
That's actually it's not a bad silver lining, but like being there twice feels bad anyways.
And 4-3 twice.
Yeah. I think this time we're seeing a repeat matchup as well. We're seeing Nikov against Dowd, which was the repeat of last time.
Yeah.
Later today, boys, stick around.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a really good one. 50 seconds to go till we load into Copenhagen. Maybe my favorite map, and I don't want to reference the game about MBL, but I think still one of my favorite maps in the whole map pool. I think it's very diverse. We see different civilizations, different approaches, and it feels like it's very strategic.
I mean, if we talk about the MBL game versus Mihai, right, and we just forget about the King Snipe for a second, it was still a really good opening from Mihai. He had a fast up. He was harassing MBL. He killed a scout and a Vil with a scout, and he was looking for some pressure on top with water. So Mihai seems to be well prepared on this map. This time, though, he's rocking the Portuguese.
Mm-hmm.
Up against the Vietnamese from JorDan. Okay.
Interesting. LT Dan, thank you. Cesarino, everyone. Vietnamese against Portuguese. Well, that's going to be an interesting one. We're jumping into the action, putting Mihai into blue. And you know what this is all about? We are starting walled in. We have a king. If you lose that one, you lose the game. King can be put into towers, into castles to protect you. We have water at the top to fight for. And we have also water at the bottom to fight for. This one with a bit better deep fish, shorter distance for the fish to travel. 3 relics here, 4 relics out on the open of the map. And it feels like the approach is going to be 1 dock at the top for JorDan and Mihai. And neither player sends a villager towards the bottom. It's just the king and the scout so far.
I like this map. I know you said it was one of your favorites. I kind of agree. I think it at least feels different and it feels exciting. Yeah, I think there's a lot to play for. Like the bottom lake is really, really nice because you get a lot of fish close by. 3 relics help a ton in late game, and also controlling that gives you a nice wall from the lake to the forest. But at the same time, the top lake lets you potentially transport into your enemy base. That lets you do all kinds of crazy things. So it's hard to say which one you want to play for. It looks like for now, both players going for the top like JorDan, even on double dock here.
That's something we have very rarely seen. I think I've seen it if people wanted to go for galley opening, like Vikings, we have seen double dock at the top. Because you obviously don't want to fight the short distance at the bottom. And JorDan saying no. Wants to attack the king. Mihai knows how to. But JorDan knows how to right click.
Oh. Oh. You know what you did there, Nelly.
I did
That
not
is
reference
brutal.
MBL. That is just didn't mean anything. Just Jordan knows how to move a unit.
Well, fast uptime here from Mihai. Portuguese units on the water are getting more HP as well. So I do feel like, if talking about a pure Grush, especially with the faster uptime, Mihai should have the advantage.
Mihai 2 on gold here. That does not feel like a lot. So, but 14 villagers, that's going to be tight either way. Jordan sends 4 on gold. That feels like a bit too much again. I think 3 would be my perfect number.
Yeah, it's reasonable. Oh, Jordan's going Fire Galley, whereas Mihai's going Galley. What do you think is better here?
Galley, and it's not even close. I'm a bit surprised because John loves his galleys. I was so sure he would play galley. Okay, then the 4 on gold makes a bit more sense. Now even that's the 5th one on gold.
Yeah.
And Mihai, if he micros this properly, he should be really fine. Even adds another fishing ship before. I didn't even think that would be an option.
Yeah, and just for the viewers, I actually made a video about this recently, but when it comes to water play, if it's a long water, big water, we can kite back, Galley is so much better than Fire Galley. Usually small pawns like the one on the bottom, Fire Galley demo is much better than Galleys. So just a general rule of thumb here that dictates what you want to go for, but sometimes even the top players might not be 100% on the ball here. Jordan does switch back into Galleys though, so maybe he knows something we don't. 2 fires first, interesting.
Maybe isn't subscribed to YouTube? Would he be that stupid?
That would be a huge misplay. That would be a huge misplay.
Does he not want to be better?
That's what I'm saying, Nilly, and I know you're subscribed. I think Viper subscribed as well, which would explain his success 10 years before I came to the scene. Probably because of my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
A lot of galleys here. Jordan, those 2 fire galleys, like, you might think, okay, they get us the map control, but he's just gonna be perma behind in galley number. So they're gonna have to do something really special for me to enjoy this.
Okay, let's take a look here. Blacksmith added, wants to go for fletching, can move around further or back even further. And the fire galley wants to be sneaky, but Mihai was prepared, and that shouldn't be any problems here. And those galleys, more HP on them, plus cheaper when it comes to gold. Maybe Jordan felt like, okay, if you want to make use of your gold discount, you should go for fire galleys because then the discount is bigger. But we all agreed, Mihai, you and I, that galleys just feels like the natural choice here.
Yeah, fletching coming in as well. The Portuguese HP bonus isn't huge on galleys. It does help a little bit. Better on fire galley because that dictates who wins the fight. But on galley, it just kind of adds a little bit of tankiness. Definitely helps in low numbers though. And yeah, the fire galleys would just get cleaned up. Mihai just completely runs past that one. Okay, goes back for it. And yeah, now Jordan's in trouble. He's only got 3 to the 5.
He sneaks. Jordan sneaks. Look at that. He sneaks with 3 galleys and now builds fire galleys for the defense again.
That's actually legit. Wow, that's crazy.
That works, right?
That's so smart.
Because now it's short distance. The fire galleys. That's so clever.
And we could see, like, he could send all the fish, which is huge, and then go back with the galleys and go for a pincer move. That's really high level stuff. That's not in my YouTube video.
And 3 is the perfect number because you 2 volley the fishing ships if it wasn't Portuguese bonus.
Oh, true. Needed the 4th one there. Portuguese bonus, even affecting the fishing ships there. Kind of like a mini Japanese setup. Jordan kills 1 and AFKs with the galleys. That is pretty huge.
By the way, Mihai lost a villager to a boar. Eco KD is 0-3 and 2-0. Or a wolf.
Yeah.
Maybe a wolf.
No, I think it was a boar.
What is that mill, Mihai?
The boar is at 48 HP.
What is that mill?
Like, do you not like the mill, or do you not like how far it is from the deer?
How far it is from the deer? Like, we built it like
Yeah, that's true.
4 tiles to the south. Or to the side.
He's microing a lot of galleys right now, so I don't exactly blame him, but definitely not 100% solid. Jordan did bring the galleys back, by the way, so he only killed 1 fishing ship. And Mihai added back 2 more fish, so he's like adamant on having the fishing ship advantage.
Yeah, someone like very respectfully said like, yeah, this is not winning the Mill of the Year award.
Yeah. Not bad, but that's not the best one I've ever seen. I see a market blacksmith from JorDan. He's looking to get up to Castlage. Castlage, I think both players probably want to start fighting from the bottom now in Castlage. JorDan already has a Vil there. Didn't pick up Loom, by the way. A lot of people tend to skip Loom on this map.
No Spearman added. And T90 just said, yeah, that's why he always goes Fire Galleys, so he doesn't have to micro and can place his mills properly.
Okay, what unit does he do to make his farms proper? Or is there no unit in the game that can help that?
What's the typical T90 unit? I don't even know.
T90, I cast a couple of his games recently. Honestly, I was pretty impressed. I think he might be better than you right now, actually.
Oh boy. Don't tell me.
I'm not even sure about that, but he's been playing pretty well.
We have a best of 7 lined up in my goodbye week. So we will find out for eternity.
Oh my god. Imagine you win and retire. Boom! Put it on YouTube, that's it.
Yeah, last YouTube upload of all times.
Just sign off with that one, bro.
Yeah, mic drop, internet disconnected. Yeah.
We can't even reach Nilly after that. He's just the goats of freaking casters. That's it.
Yeah, I might actually skip NAC 5 just to train for the set against T90.
Oh man, I think maybe less training this time around. The training hasn't been working too well.
That hurt. I trained with Mihai, and look where he's at now.
Oh no, I also trained with Mihai though.
Okay, and look where he's at right now.
I actually didn't train with him, so you get all the credit. You got it, man. Faster Castley's from JorDan here, by the way. But he doesn't have the higher numbers on the top. That being said, he is on the bottom with a dock here.
Wolf
against
Spear
try to
at the
sneak a
bottom.
dock. Is the Wolf gonna win? Oh my!
Wolf
the Wolf, I feel like decided the game. The Wolf decided the game. Because now Mihai gets the dock here. This is huge.
Yeah, actually true. But the Spearman, was it full HP? Another 10 HP villagers being sent there. Could die to another Spearman arriving.
Yeah, that Spearman's half HP. What's going on here? What are the Wolves doing?
No, that was the earlier Spearman, right?
Oh yeah, he was fighting with that one, true.
Yeah.
So JorDan will see the dock here. We see War Galley on top. War Galley aren't exactly as good as Galley, so I want to see Mihai mix in some fires or some demos on top as well now.
He was preparing Caravel.
Caravel,
but now cancelled them again. Yeah. Caravel are worse against fires. They're better against War Galleys though. So if you want to play Caravels, you always have to mix in demos.
I think Caravel is more of like a late game. It's kind of like it gets the more value, the more units on the field, the more value it gets. In like these small engages, it's kind of like obsolete. Mihai feels to be the favorite to win the bottom lake as well. Portuguese with the extra HP is just huge.
Well, at the top it's also Botkin versus not even fletching. So JorDan, that's not the prettiest fight he will ever take.
Yeah, JorDan might lose both lakes here, and I don't see the compensation he has for that. Like he might just lose both lakes and just try to boom it up, but Mihai, already with the second town center, he's also just booming it up, right?
JorDan late with the second town center. Feels like all the advantages here for Mihai.
I do like this a lot, actually, in this situation. A couple Rathans, a couple Organs on the field. Nothing crazy. I think they both do about the same job. Both players just want to fight for the relics a little bit here. Mihai doing a good job on top.
Okay, gets one of the relics at least. Now the question is, how much fish is Mihai adding? Because if he gets full water control, technically he could go for some fish traps again. But obviously you're already in Castle Age and have 2 TCs. The ideal scenario is to simply just add more villagers. And he adds the monastery at the bottom to collect those 3 relics.
Worth it. I think a lot of players might be too lazy to do this, but 3 relics are huge. And I think it's annoying to transport back and forth, but if you do win the water, you should definitely go for that. And in compensation, I think JorDan wants to get all the relics on the mainland instead. But I mean, there's no getting the one near Mihai's mill.
Mihai not taking the boar makes my chat really angry. What are we thinking of that?
He tried to take it and lost the bill, and then he just gave up on it, right? Like, it was I think in an ideal world he wants it, but I think it was just a bit hard for him. Oh, also look at the top. JorDan goes for a bait on the war galleys, and takes him out with some fires.
That was really well played.
He killed like quite some. Yeah, he killed quite some. This is actually really interesting. At the same time, though, it is a lot of investment from JorDan as well. So if like even if he kills all of them, but still loses the fight except like one, then it's not that worth it because yeah, like Mihai already has those ships already made.
Mihai goes for big walls here. Oh wow.
Love it. Good. Yeah.
But
No reason not to.
okay. Well, I think 30C before that would have made sense, no?
Oh yeah. 30C for sure on the bottom. That was the point of the 4 vills there actually, with taking the deer is to make a town center. But yeah. Okay. Yeah, 30C first, then the stone wall would be
In
better.
some world, by the way, I felt like, okay, he builds the mill so far away that he builds the town center next to the stone and can still mill around the town center. But then he built 2 houses blocking potential farm spot, and I gave up on the idea.
I think you give players a little too much credit. Like when I see them build like that, I'm just like, hey, he was micing his ass off on top. He wasn't even thinking about it. It's like especially in tournaments, I think like, yeah, players just tend to be very shaky.
Okay. What was the Age of Empires game in your career where you were the most shaky?
Red Bull versus Tato. That was like, in my opinion, that was like the worst possible outcome for how my practice games were going.
But like, were you shaky going into the game?
Yeah, the stage was too much for me. Like I'm like a more or less reserved guy. The stage was, I mean, I'm super grateful to have played on it. Like it's an amazing stage, but it really spooked me. I got really nervous and kind of got lost in the moment, you know?
Oh yeah, like I can 100% agree it, right? Like, like for me, I was going into it before I cast the first semifinal, and it overwhelmed me, and I had to go outside, come and like collect myself, and then not look at the crowd and just go to my caster desk because it was so intense and something we've never seen before. So I think you have to sit there and have to like endure all this over minutes before you actually go into the game. I can understand why that's crazy for you. Yeah.
And there was some like annoyances for me because like as soon as I sat down, I was getting my stuff set up, and then like the guy that's doing like the wiring or like the sound check just came on my PC like right away. So then I didn't have like my program open that prevents my windows from like coming up. And then in game 1, because I was so nervous, I misclicked my windows, and I alt-F4'd my game, or not alt-F4'd, but alt-tab my game, and I couldn't go back. So like, it was just a lot of things that happened because of the nerves there. So that was definitely the shakiest for me.
Yeah, that felt really unfortunate. I know the early game, and you felt like, wow, you're 1-0 down without even having the proper shot there, right?
Yeah. In hindsight, like it's still so much else went wrong. So it's like not even like, oh, I would have won, but it's yeah, a lot went wrong for me there due to the nerves mainly. But Mihai setting up the stone wall does feel pretty good. Like obviously we can talk about 30C first. He still has the stone wall now only after the 30C. Head and Vills has more relics. Well, just now bringing in the 4th relic. Now he's got more relics. I think JorDan's still okay though. He's got 3 relics, reasonable Vills. Worst situation ever.
I'm a Portuguese lover though. I think mass organs will be good. If we get Arquebus, that would be nice as well. We'll have some water control for him. I think Vietnamese, they might struggle. Maybe JorDan is thinking about an elephant play. Could that be an option?
Ooh, elephant against organs would be decent. But then Portuguese have monks and halbs, right? I think elephant has no place against those kind of units. Oh, we see a siege tower play. They'll hold the phone. Okay. Siege tower with Ratans feels okay.
Okay.
Doesn't feel that great though.
And we have a landing by Mihai at the top. He will send in, what is that group? A monk, 2 organs, 1 mangonel. Now he thinks better of it. What is happening here?
Wait, why did you think better of it? Okay, he just sends the 2 organs.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like if you're there, you just send them in. The monk is needed.
Yeah, I think the mangonel could have added something, no?
Yeah. I mean, the king is low-key exposed as well. I mean, Mihai might just be the king sniper.
He could move in. Actually, there is a higher than 0% chance that those 2 organs just shift-click around and see the king.
And like, it's such a random thing. Like, JorDan's fighting on the water on the bottom. JorDan's expanding on the right side. JorDan's macroing. The organs are coming in. There is a world where JorDan doesn't react to this and doesn't even know where his king is right now.
And he's randomly building houses, so that indicates that he has not seen it. Fight in the center. Organs are attacking now, though.
Yeah. Not
Calm
much
down.
happening. I mean, obviously, from Mihai's position, he doesn't know like where's the king. I mean, he probably has a feeling, but okay, going for a castle now in the center. This is a big play. Siege tower was successful.
Realistically speaking, after castle. Oh, it could have died on his own.
Oh my god! Why are we doing stuff like that? This is too much for me, man. Okay, that was lucky. Lucked out. Good defense from Mihai, though.
Honestly, like Mihai with his 2 organs, realistically speaking, he could expect that the king is in the safe spot against him. Not happening with JorDan, though.
Fast in from Mihai. He's got the forward castle, organ gun, treb, bombard cannon, all in push with relics.
You have to love it.
Good.
No! He deleted the castle with 90%.
What? And why did he laugh? Don't tell him. JorDan doesn't know. Don't tell him. Wait, what?
89% deleted. No!
Why is he typing? Why is he typing?
You were talking about nerfs. How? Hope you didn't see it. I didn't. What is happening here? Are they not taking this seriously?
I don't understand why he's typing, bro. Just make the castle again. It's not the end of the world if you just buy it. Now JorDan knows something's up. JorDan from his position, he saw the castle. Now he knows something's up. He might just face check it. He goes back. JorDan actually might just face check that because he feel like, okay, maybe something was wrong with Mihai.
What?
We're absolutely not typing in tournaments, guys. We're absolutely not doing that. Goes to the castle again. JorDan still doesn't see it by 1 tile, by the way.
Yeah, but like he should know the castle should shoot, right? Because the castle has like 8 range, now
Botkin,
10 range even with Botkin. So he kind of has to know the castle is not existent anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Mihai
massive.
got a little lucky there. Don't delete this one, man. I can imagine it just becomes a recurring thing. He just can't get a castle up because he's gonna continue deleting it.
Oh. Cavalier attack by Mihai, by the way. Interesting.
I feel like that's not exactly the right call versus Rattans. I feel like just the organs isn't more than enough. Organ full siege would be nice. Chemistry should be a priority, not Cavalier. Cavalier might be doing a bit too much here. It's not a bad choice, but it might just not. It just might not be the optimal choice. Trebuchet from the back castle as well. Oh man.
Okay,
Somewhere, somehow, this is justice for MBL's king. The castle deletes.
Mihai is still feeling bad for yesterday. Felt like I'm not supposed to win on this map.
Yeah. Not again, you know.
Well, it's only like how long ago? 18 hours?
Yeah.
No, a
still
bit,
fresh
a
in the
bit more.
mind.
But yeah, it's certainly fresh. More traps, more Rattans arriving.
I love that there's Botkin there already. I think that makes the castles a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Chemistry's coming in, a little late, but better late than never. JorDan's gonna try some wacky stuff here with
Such a JorDan
the
thing.
Rattan bait. Yeah. I think it was MBL that said JorDan loves controlling 1 unit. It's a German thing, I think MBL said once. You guys both do it.
What?
Yeah, I think he said it's a German thing where you guys control 1 unit and just like micro it out.
Well, running never has better of an economy to go for more than 1 unit, right?
That's fair enough. Unless it's a monk, you can always find more than one of those.
And obviously trap production
goes
is now
down.
so much better. Oh,
Yeah.
And Mihai, Omega House again, 3 times in the set already.
Ooh. Also, we don't know if that was a JorDan killing the castle or Mihai deleting it. It's pretty much 50-50. Could have been either or.
There's no kill on the traps!
Mihai going in.
Mihai really likes his unit on stand ground.
I feel like the Cavalier is just not the call either. Cavalier doesn't really excite me. Aren't the organs OP? Wouldn't organs just be insane versus Rattan archers here?
So I heard.
But they got nerfed a little bit, so maybe that's why he's dissuaded a little bit from it, but...
Not enough. Not enough. Well, they have
Cavalier-
solid piers. But still.
Yeah. Cavalier are just like a whelming unit right now. Not great, not bad, but...
Okay, chat is saying
Nothing
they do
too
very
special.
little damage against Rottans. Maybe the Pierce armor is good enough.
Yeah, maybe. It's not a unit I see every day, so I could be wrong on this one. I mean, Cavalier Skirm is something that could come to play. I think the Siege, if anything, the Bombard Cannons, right, are what's going to do the work for Portuguese. 5 Trebs, though? Is that 5 Trebs from JorDan? He's just one-shot a Siege Workshop.
Yeah.
That was pretty impressive. Halberdier on the field now as well. Rattan plus Halberdier is a brutal composition. Like, that's really good.
Especially against the one army composition here. And now the Cavaliers are diving. Halberdier numbers at 20. Goes a bit higher. Again, Cavaliers chilling next to the field. This feels so weird. We have seen that so many times now. Trap shooting. The Bombard Cannon goes down as well. JorDan takes a good fight. And JorDan now in full control. It felt like those Cavaliers needed to generate a better timing for Mihai.
I just feel like you can't make this up. Like, we're going fast and forward cast and we deleted it at 90%. The game was looking so good for him right there. Now we're just stuck on Cav. This is the problem with Cav, right? We had Botkin arrow teched, but we had to make a full 180 switch and go Cavalier without even having a stable or a single upgrade for them. It's such a out of the way switch, and I feel like all that time, that was kind of our window to push.
Well, obviously, the window got heavily reduced by losing the castle there at the front, right?
Yeah. But even with the castle, I'm not sure we get it done, actually. The Cavalier feels a bit too weird.
No, we need another
They're still on stand ground, man. This is a huge problem, it seems.
Oh, yeah. I had that multiple times. Not really sure if something changed in his hotkeys there. Maybe should change that with the trade cock hotkey. And, well... Ballistic still not in for JorDan. And now the switch into organs.
Organs, I just saw them. Chat, I think you guys are Captain, by the way. I think organs are fine versus Rattans. I think the spread damage is enough. Like, you don't need to destroy Rattans. You just need to do enough so that the bomber cannons can make the difference, right?
JorDan pop limit. Now dives for the traps here from what it looks like. Not really, just randomly patrols in. That will be the end of most of his halberdiers. Rattans are trying to chase this one down. Trap could maybe be saved. This is a nice defense by Mihai. Now Lightcap is coming in. Rattans doing damage from distance. Elite Organ is coming in. Mihai, that was a nice defense.
Those are not elite Rattans, by the way. I don't think JorDan can go that crazy with them. Really good repair on the trap there. I think Mihai with elite organs now is in a better position. He feels like he's in the lead again.
And JorDan can't afford Elite Rattan. And then you do way more than 1 damage. All of a sudden it's 8. Now with some splash damage. Let's take a look what the damage output is looking like.
Yeah, just have to fight smartly, right? We don't want to be outmassed. We don't want the Rattan archers to be spread out as well. Fight near the castle, repair the bombards, stuff like that. Just kind of play it a bit slow here. We're not in a rush. We have 4 relics. We have Victorias if needed here. We have the stone walls, right? So we're not in a rush here at all.
It is the 2 neutral gold spots in the center that they are fighting for right now. Mihai is a solid 20 population ahead, but obviously quite an amount of villagers. So 163 economic units. Therefore, army count doesn't look that exciting.
Bit of RNG on the trap shots as well. Mihai's gotten some decent luck so far, but the bomber cannon from JorDan is on the field. That is taking care of the traps from Mihai.
Sold wooden food to buy himself some more stone. Bombard cannons need to die for the traps. Organ guns are getting quite some reasonable numbers now. Bombard cannons dealing the damage. And that castle got 31 kills. Now diving. Villagers could die. Halberdiers should fall. That's not a great army for JorDan anymore.
Guys, JorDan versus Mihai. This is what we're looking at. Every single game so far. A castle on one side, a castle on the other. Nothing else matters.
By the way, Mihai sent a cavalier at the corner. He landed with one. If the king was still out there, he could have killed the king.
Oh, I think he was looking for him, actually.
Maybe.
Crazy. How do you have time for that? Siege engineers coming. That's not only a tech for the siege, it's also a tech for the organ guns, which is obviously a siege unit, but not your conventional siege unit. And that's going to be a huge, huge upgrade for Mihai here. Extra range. One of the best stats you can have on a range unit in Age of Empires. The bomber cannons are kind of like a little too far back. Like, they're like the center back. I want them to be more like a center defensive midfield. Like, a little bit higher up. Get some action. Let them have some ball. And play a little bit more impactful role on the field right now.
Wow.
There we go.
Am I listening to Sports Center or Hera here?
We got a little bit of both.
Okay.
A little bit of both. called it soccer for 22 years, but it's now football for me, you know?
Oh, baby.
I'm on the right team now. I'm on the right team.
Siege engineers now for JorDan as well. Those organs diving in a bit deep. Mihai getting to quite a nice army. Just imagine he built this one from the get-go.
Man, I mean, this is just, maybe Mihai's just flexing on us. Like, he just deletes the castle, makes it look like an accident, still manages to win the game somehow. I mean, this is really impressive. He got to a really good position here despite all the disasters. It's still not over though. I mean, JorDan's still like fully teched out. Has paper money as well. I don't think he got it, but he has it as an option.
Yeah, does not have it yet.
It's not a problem.
Arquebus the only unique tech in so far. My second favorite tech in the game, so I respect it.
What's the first tech?
Hofnitze.
Oh, okay. You're a siege player.
I'm a bombard cannon player.
Okay. Too bad you never get there. Feels bad, man.
Well, that's why I play deathmatch.
Oh, makes sense, makes sense. Where you started.
Ballistic still not in for JorDan, by the way.
Oh, no, JorDan has ballistics. Mihai doesn't have ballistics.
JorDan just got it, no?
No. He had it for a while, yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure. Maybe the chat can correct me there. Cannons? Not feeling... The organs are kind of fighting under the castle. This doesn't feel that good. From Mihai. Great play from JorDan. He's actually dodging the arquebus shots. Oh, he just got it. Okay,
maybe you read the chat, Hera, and see if chat agrees or disagrees with you.
I mean, I don't know.
This is like,
many people saying
this is like 4,500 Twitch chatters were waiting. Like, let's wait for the one moment Hera's doing a mistake, and then they like all copy pasta and went wild.
Hera wrong as usual. There you go. Mihai just took a couple of bad fights, by the way. Let me try to change the subject here. But I feel like now JorDan's paying it back with some bad fights himself. I mean, he's just desperate to get the castle, though. And he does get the castle, so Mihai might be in some trouble now.
But look at that. He's mowing through the army, you know? Lightcav jumping for the bombard cannons in the back. Not the greatest kills. Mihai lost way too many bombard cannons there. JorDan did a really good job of dodging ballistics, by the way. Like, he's changed his path multiple times to keep his bombard cannons alive.
Really impressive, dodging the arquebus there. So Mihai has the wrong idea of what the light cav is used for. It's not used to jump onto the bomber cannons every time. You become predictable if you do that. The light cav is used to run back and forth in front of your organs to dodge shots and then threaten to dive the cannon so the halbs can never join the fight. That is the point of the light cav. But Mihai is just running it in, losing 10 light cav to the halbs, and then rinse repeats. And that's just an incorrect use of light cav here.
And it feels now like Ruttans were performing really poorly, but now elite Ruttans are doing a way better job against those organs.
Yeah. The elite Rat Archer feels like the better units. But again, look at those light cav. Like, the 10 light cav basically didn't compete. They should have been pulled back there, bait the halbs into the organs.
Feels like the Ruttans would do too much damage against the light cav as well, though, and now organ numbers are falling. Bombard cannons in the back are just putting on so much damage. 30 kills on those, and those are mainly other siege units, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, he's just getting high value kills with those. JorDan's army is very efficient right now, very efficient. We're also not making use of the mobility at all. I know we stonewalled, but we could raid with light cav if we want to. I feel like the light cav are not being put to good use here, and Mihai now lost the score lead, might be feeling the pressure.
Oh, this hurts. King obviously in this castle. More organs. Is there a way to king snipe maybe? We still have the transporter. Maybe one of the ways for Mihai to still save this one. Militia now added into the mix for JorDan as well. Still misses the last attack upgrade on the halbs. Obviously not the most important thing. King's under attack? Oh, King's refugees under attack. Okay.
Wait, what?
The castle. The castle.
Yeah, the castle.
Yeah, refugees someone else. Yeah.
The capture is going crazy. This is a big deal apparently. Ungarrisoned voluntarily. Okay.
Well, maybe Capture Age realizes that losing the king and threatening the kill is something really important in Regicide game modes.
Capture Age, I mean, might be ahead of some of our players in that regard.
Just maybe.
Yeah, now it feels like it's falling apart too fast. JorDan, yeah, JorDan's got this. Cannon's coming in, guys. I think, don't want to start a bit too early, but I think we're going to see JorDan at NEC 5. GG, well played call from Mihai. And I think, yeah, have fun in Berlin. It's all over. GG, well played to him.
I will assume he will have it. JorDan will join NAC 5. Good news for all the JorDan fans there. Mihai, one of his craziest runs, and I'm pretty happy to see his improvements. We will see more of him in the future, I'm sure about it.